Street scandal. Opie and Anthony on satellite radio. Host Anthony Cumia and Greg Opie. Commercial team. Opie and Anthony apologizing for yet another raunchy comment. Profanity like harass. Is this the last straw for the raunchy radio duo?
Our show is stupid.
This is so irresponsible.
This should be illegal. It really should be. It's like, it's so unethical.
God, I hate fucking radio.
This could be the worst audio ever.
Shut up. Shut your fucking mouth. This is terrible.
We just suck all around.
I hope you show restraint in fucking my girlfriend.
This stinks.
Fucking shut the fuck up. We get it. Get it.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Hello. Oh, happy Friday.
TGIF.
That's what I like to say when it's Friday, because everybody says, thank God. Hi, everybody. Opie and Anthony program with the wonderful, lovely, and talented James Norden.
Yes, those are great adjectives. Very accurate.
Yay. No, this is not a best of or worst of or whatever we call it. Opie's out today. Baby things. You got them baby things. You
I
know?
went and saw the baby yesterday.
They, yeah, did ye?
Yes.
How is the baby?
Very cute.
Is it a cute baby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big hands, too.
Big hands? You know what that means?
They're like, yeah.
Uncle Paul.
But it's got like babies have adult hands. But
Big pair of mitts on them.
Really, it's weird to see like adult hands, but that small.
Yeah, does he have the indented knuckles like fat chicks?
No, he's just got wrinkled hands, like little man hands, and little cute fingernails. Yeah, it was very.
Were you just looking at miniature human parts?
Yeah.
That is really kind of creepy.
Like little collectibles.
How small they can be collectibles if you're a serial killer.
But you know what I mean? Like when you go, you buy like the little ketchups or the little thing, little miniatures. I didn't
Little
realize.
Miniature.
You think baby stuff is all different.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to look a lot different because it's on a baby, but it looks just like an
It's
adult
just the
hand.
same stuff, only tiny.
Yeah.
Just freak out looking at babies a little bit.
I held it. I
Yeah.
held him, and he's like, "You want to hold him?" I'm like, "Yeah, but let me sit first." Someone's afraid I'm going to drop a baby, so I
That
just make
would
sure
be
I
the
sit.
worst.
Oh, how
Baby,
embarrassing!
like the kid's an adult and like, well, when I was an infant, I've been told that Jimmy Norton, the comedian, dropped me. That'd be terrible.
Just
Be responsible for that.
I just don't need it.
Oh, you'd have to make up for it your whole life, giving the kid presents and
then my
pennies and paint chips.
My chick is there too.
Yeah.
And she held it. I'm like, just sit down and don't drop the baby. Don't embarrass me.
Were
and
you
don't...
being like a prick?
No, she was.
Sit down.
Sit down. Don't stand. Don't walk. If you trip, it's gonna make this awkward for the rest of my career. Me and my friend, he's gonna hate me.
Dropped your friend's baby,
Even though
worker's baby.
But even though he'll know it wasn't me, he'll, I'm still the one that fucking brought you.
You brought her up. You vouched for her.
Yeah. I said you were a good fella.
Good. She's a good fella. Yeah. They. How about mom?
She's
How's
good.
Mom?
She's
yeah?
great. Yeah. She was in very good spirits. She looked good. She lost the majority of the weight. She lost.
Yeah.
And now the apartment's kind of baby-proof,
Oh yeah. I've seen that.
It's just, it's not. They're not 100% settled in. Like you walk into his apartment, it's in the living room. It's just a little baby swing, and then a little thing with diapers in it. And then they showed me the baby room with the. They had this cool little jungle scene painted on the wall. No,
They did.
not that kind.
Oh, sorry.
Not one out of the poster, Daily News.
Yes.
But the kid, we woke him up. So he was a little,
Get up.
yeah, he was a little cranky.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was doing good. Then it's humiliating because he just looked at me and was like, "Ah," which is probably the appropriate reaction.
Yeah. He didn't like you, Jimmy.
I just bothered him. He was like, trying to sleep. He
Wants to sleep.
Yeah, he wants to sloop.
Sloop. I went sleep and snooze,
Yeah.
which is what Anthony needs. I need to be put down for a nap. Put me down.
I remember when I was a kid, my Uncle Mike and I were going to get pizza. And he didn't know whether to say slice or piece. And he said, I want a sluice. And I laughed so hard as a boy about wanting a sluice of pizza.
You've been doing that for years, huh?
A sluice just will always get me.
A sluice. So, well, that's good. Yeah, he's got to take a little more time
Yeah, he's getting 2 hours of sleep a night. He can't do
to
it.
snooze.
Yeah.
Snooze.
Yeah, he's got a snooze.
Yeah, he was really beat yesterday.
He
You
was
could tell.
Completely wiped out.
Tell. And that's what everybody says. Like the whole baby thing is just, that's why. Not for your pal, Ant.
Yeah.
Just not. I don't have that type of responsibility. I don't have that paternal instinct. I don't have the need to or the want to keep the stupid bloodline going. Like, who cares? Oh, who cares? Keep this wreck going.
You
Why?
you don't care about the Cumia lineage?
No. My brother and sister have like kids, so at some point it keeps going. But my brother's is a female, was not a masculine child. So the name apparently there was is gone.
Unless he has a son.
He's not gonna. He got snipped.
Did he really?
Oh yeah.
One and done, huh?
One, get me out of here. That's what he said. And I'm none. So, will I regret it later in life? How much more later is there? Tell you the truth. But will I?
It's a nice way to look at it.
It's just one of those things. It's like,
It's a great way to keep your chin up and look for the future.
Like, I know when I was just fucking up by the numbers in high school, and everybody was like, you should go. You're going to regret it later in life. And there was a point I did.
Right.
Because I regretted it. I'm looking back, and everybody's, going to college and doing things that are good and look important. And I'm installing above-the-ground swimming pools. I kind of thought, like, maybe they were right. Maybe I should have stayed. Maybe I should have stood in school. And then you think, like, am I going to regret this? Laying on that fucking deathbed, no one around, just laying there doing a death rattle,
alone,
just handing money out to people to come and make believe they're my friends.
Yeah. Take a 50 off the bureau before you leave.
Like Hitler in the bunker, they hear a shot and light cigarettes because they weren't allowed to smoke down there.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, right after the shot, they all just lit up.
He didn't like
Fuck
cigarettes?
him. No. Cigarettes are unhealthy. Why would he like that? He was a vegetarian.
Oh, that's right, he was.
Yes.
Odd
Very
morality.
healthy guy. Yeah, I know.
Did he like animals?
Yeah. Seems he was, he did like animals. Loved his dog.
Yes.
Very tender gentleman.
Well,
Well,
I wouldn't say that across the board.
No, not across the board.
There were inconsistencies. I understand that he had a bit of a temper.
Yeah.
Would be at times short with people.
Could have been.
Killed 6 million people. Was
Yeah.
also quick and judgmental.
Yes. He was indeed all of those things. But so much more.
Yeah.
Such a deeper person.
Great
But
painter.
We got into that last time. I don't think maybe. I think this time I'll leave the praising of Adolf Hitler alone today.
Yeah, you really are trying to take genocide and make lemonade.
But you wonder, if you're going to regret things like that, not having kids, like that. I can't, and I'm not sitting here getting sentimental or thinking about it. Like I'm just not. I can't do it. The thought of my life being turned topsy-turvy for a kid just drives me insane. Gives me anxiety thinking about it.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much inconvenience. It's, too much work.
The responsibility of making sure you're forming a human being that works in society is just a little too much for me.
Who needs it?
I'm barely functional. How the hell am I supposed to, be the one that raises a kid so it works?
I just don't want to do it. It's not that holding a baby is fun and it's like, it really, it's cute and it's like, I understand the attraction to being a parent, but I'm done in 10 minutes. Like, not that I don't want to, I could be around the kid, but I don't want this to be my life. I'm not ready to commit this much.
No, you're a guy, you're on planes, you're out
Trains.
on the road, automobiles.
Yeah.
Boats. What else we got?
Skateboards.
Yeah.
Hot air balloons. Rocket ships.
Dirigibles.
Backs of fat girls.
Backs of fat men.
So the
Yeah.
baby has a very, very full head of hair, too, already.
Does it really?
yeah.
What color is it? I mean, the baby.
Hope so. He's white. I can wash myself, thank God.
Teasing, of course, sir.
Yeah, he hopes that he's got like a reddish hair, but I'm
Yeah.
not good at judging hair color like that.
Can't tell. Got a little East Side Dave in him.
Not quite. No, it's
You don't
not
want-
carrot head.
You don't want that.
No, not at all.
For red, you kind of want strawberry blonde kind of a thing, I guess. And then it turns blondish as they get older because, man, that big head of red East Side Dave-ish curly hair. I mean, yeah, it's the Ronald McDonald syndrome. You don't want that happening to your kid.
Yeah, just that bright red clownish.
You just know it's a life of having the piss beat out of you in school and being called names, which is like, that goes beyond the whole parenting thing, too. Like, you can't even control what happens. You raise the kid up until it goes to school, and now you're out of the loop. You could have done a great job, and it'll get all fucked up because 3 kids in class decided they can make up a cool name for him and, fuck with his head. Now your little kid's being bullied, coming home crying.
Yeah, his red hair that you secretly hate is all punched in.
Right. Oh, just black eye.
Yeah, there's a shade of red that's very cool on girls too.
Yeah, yeah.
But then when it just becomes like a short, just a carrot orange color.
You don't want that.
No, I can't respect that.
You ever been with a real redhead?
Yeah, I mean I've pretty much covered every
Covered all the-
base.
all the
Yeah,
bases.
Yeah, everything they can have on their head. Fucking horns, a dunce cap, a Mo Howard wig.
Hockey helmet.
Yeah, if it's been on their head, I've fucked them.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I just I couldn't handle that. I'm too irresponsible. I got a nice Twitter war yesterday for a little while. Just a little while. I don't tweet a lot. Not like I just started following the great, wonderful Colin Quinn.
So did I.
And there is a man that seems to tweet a lot.
I am Colin Quinn. It's
Yes,
called, right?
I am Colin Quinn. And don't get me wrong, funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Like all of his tweets, you could just picture his voice saying what you're reading, and it's fantastic. Colin's one of the funniest guys I've ever met. And it's great. He's funny. But he tweets a lot.
Does he?
Yeah. Yeah, like every day he'll have, every minute actually, he'll have a new tweet.
Because Colin is a fucking chatty Cathy doll.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't realize how much he talked until we went to Iraq together. He just yaps.
He's a yapper.
He
Yeah.
fucking babbles.
And all of his tweets are very just off the top of his head shit about what's happening in the world and the news,
Yeah.
in his life, on Twitter. Yeah. He goes, "Congrats, Valerie Bertinelli. Got engaged today. However, I'd be more impressed if the guy asked her when she was still over 2 bills."
I guess she was a fatty.
Yeah, she's doing those Weight Watcher commercials. So, but that's funny stuff.
Yeah.
He's talking about Mohammed and Pakistan, and he just gets into a little bit of everything, but very funny.
Yeah,
Colin Quinn.
It was funny how he talks about how he doesn't like cursing.
Yeah. Watch the blue language.
I don't think we need any potty talk here.
Yeah, we don't need potty talk. But then I got into a little war. I like documenting things that are happening in my life, and I had some help over the house yesterday. And I was just saying how I'm contributing. I said, well, here's me again helping the downtrodden. I wish I was in Arizona. I'd ask for his papers, then call the INS. And it's a Hispanic, a gentleman of some type of Hispanic descent with a power washer, power washing my basement stairwell.
Mars.
Just like Mars, yes.
Yes.
Of the Spanish ilk.
Absolutely. Although
And
this
he-
gentleman seems to be doing his job well.
Yes, look at him go.
Sorry, Marsh.
He didn't stop. Yeah, he's power washing my stairwell, and I'm kind of proud of myself. I'm employing people. I'm part of the solution.
Yes, you are.
Not the problem.
Well, yes.
But some people didn't like my tweet. They thought I was racist in what I said. Now, I didn't understand why it was racist, so I just kept coming back with more racist comments than that. And some people get so upset. There's that one, I guess, some bitch that got after you about being a racist.
Oh, I don't know or believe about what she is. I don't know if it's really a chick or
I don't either. Well, her
cares?
bio says she's got like 6 kids, lives at home. I don't know what it is.
Goof. It's probably some just dumb guy.
Yeah, that's what I think. But this idiot called me a racist. And so then I kind of fought back. I said, I am not. You fucking insert horrid race here. And some people didn't like that. Other people asking me, do I hate black or brown people? And I said, only the bad ones. Does that answer your question? Winky face. See, I try to be vague. I try to be a little vague with my posts. But some people don't get the joke.
Yeah.
They're very, very sensitive.
Well, you handled it well here. You went, hey, you're a lib twat with 100 followers. I'm a raging racist with a radio show. I win, haha. We get our country back. That's good. That's good.
Yes. Okay. Maybe that wasn't as vague as it could have been.
Yeah, sounds like somebody's been drinking and tweeting.
Thinly veiled. Yeah, I was a few beers deep
of course
during that exchange.
Oh, boy.
I'm a dangerous Twitterer and texter sometimes.
Yeah.
If I am imbibing in some alcoholic beverages, I might get a little loose with my texts, which sometimes can be a little dangerous. I have to look at my phone sometimes, and I look at my texts, and I go, what did I say to that person? I look at the list of people, because, you know, your iPhone, you got all your messages, and you look at everybody, so I just hit one, and I go, oh. And then I don't want to scroll back and look at the entire conversation, because I don't want to actually see what I texted sometimes. It's kind of embarrassing.
You know it's going to be humiliating.
It's just going to be embarrassing, humiliating, irrelevant, stupid. So I tend not to look. But I guess I was pretty good. I was good with the texts. But the tweets, I kind of got into a little battle.
Yeah, that person with her or his, whoever it really is, they're just attention whores. Occasionally, and again, whatever. I mean, if I could get people's attention who I liked or hated by doing that, I would probably do it.
Yeah, you'd do it too.
Sure.
I don't know. It's one of those things, though. Twitter isn't like a message board. Some people were bashing me the other day, just like 2 people, because I blocked a couple of people.
Yeah.
And then other people that know that person get on me about blocking their friend or something. Oh, real brave man, you block. It's like, why wouldn't I block you?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to troll through tweets and look and find something that just bashes me. I mean, yeah, you could write it. You could have your, few followers read it, but I'm not going to read it.
Yeah, I block some people, too. I love it. Because if someone disagrees with me, that's one thing. But if someone's just being a cunt.
Exactly.
That's the equivalent of, that's heckling.
Right.
You're heckling. If you're heckling me at a club, I'm not going to go, you're entitled to say what you are.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. This is the get the fuck out of my Twitter club.
Yes, I am. Yeah, you're in Club Twitter.
Yeah.
And you're making a ruckus, and you're being ejected by management.
If I think you're being a purposeful jerk off, I'm gonna call an audible and fucking block you, because people don't understand. Fans, while obviously they're very necessary and they are the reason kind of we do what we do. I mean, without fans, you don't fucking have success.
Yep.
But sometimes they want to have too much input into what you're doing.
Yeah.
And they start to resent you, and they've become too close to the show or too close to you, and they're like, what the fuck? You're there. Goodbye.
There is this resentment, yeah.
What is it?
There is this just resentment. They know everything about the show.
And that's why it's hard sometimes to attack them. See, this is what a lot of you guys don't understand. This is why blocking is the only thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only way to really get under your skin.
Yeah.
Because you know me, I use my real name, you know my job, you know all these things.
Yep.
All I see on you is some fucking wacky Twitter name.
Some name, not even a picture.
Yeah.
They just put a little fucking avatar thing on there, and that's all you know about the person. There's no way to know anything more about them. Like that. Look. Oh, nice stock fucking picture.
So they don't want to present themselves. They don't want to give any information about themselves, but they want the respect and the ability to speak out as somebody who has presented themselves, like they're in a room with you.
Yes,
they're not.
Yeah, like we're sitting down for a debate, and you've opened up your opening volley is just a blatant insult.
Yeah.
Well, what am I going to do? Sit there and take that shit? I'm going to take a personal interest in seeing you suffer.
Yeah, it's like instead of getting into a Twitter war with someone who's got 13 followers,
Yeah.
just block them.
That's what I do.
And it annoys them.
It really does.
And you don't think of them ever again.
No.
Ever. I couldn't tell you who I've blocked.
Yeah.
It's probably about 10 people. It's not like a lot, but it's 10 people.
I probably blocked more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, people they tend to be nasty. Sometimes they're just nasty. Not a lot. When you look at the amount of followers you have and the amount of people you've blocked, it's not that much.
No.
But it's a far cry from a message board where people have this power and ability to just bash the shit out of you, and the post stays there forever and shit like that. But I don't see a lot of people doing that these days, going to message boards and stuff.
They're not that message boards don't matter, but it's kind of evolved a bit, like Pal Talk. Because again, you can look at people; it's people having real conversations, and
Yeah.
they would show off for each other and whatever. Just look at a chick's tits; it's
Nice.
more interactive.
Yeah,
and Twitter is much more immediate. Everybody wants, because we all like to see who's read our posts. I mean, you're on message boards; you want to know who's responded, who read it.
Yeah.
Well, with Twitter, it's immediate. You immediately know people see what you say.
Yeah. That's why that's why I block people. I don't tweet that often. I just put pictures of Mexicans working in my house, doing landscaping, really busting apart those stereotypes.
Yeah, the girl you're talking about, I don't necessarily believe is
who she is or says she is.
Yeah, like you'll notice too. You get contacted by people. There are people who again have this weird resentment, but are somehow desperate for a relationship with you as a performer.
Yeah.
It's really bizarre.
What the fuck is that?
I don't get it.
And the bashing, like, whatever. You don't like the show, fine. If I don't like something, I would just not even get that involved and invested in bitching about it so much. If it was just inconsequential to my life,
Never. And not that I wouldn't be critical, because I'm very critical of a lot of things, but I've never gone to a message board of something that I either liked or didn't like.
Yeah.
And just to shit talk it. I guess, but then again, I'm able to talk for a living, so maybe I get it out of my system.
Yeah, you get it out of your system. But, unless something's affecting me, why am I going to get all impassioned about it? Just shut it off. Or, don't listen, don't watch, don't whatever. But some people just feel compelled to just bash the shit out of you. And goodbye.
Yeah, and again, people who bash you on the level of this is who I am and this is why I have a lot more respect for, because that's kind of the way it is in clubs too.
Yeah.
Where if somebody yells at you, you see what the person looks like, you see their face.
Yeah, they're right there.
You can address it.
Yep.
It's almost like if someone yells, "You suck." Well, the first thing you got to do is look at them. All right, well, I know nothing about them. I don't know what their job is. I don't know what they suck at. So you have to immediately go after their appearance or the person they're with or their voice or you have to address it somehow.
Yeah.
Because the whole audience is staring at you. But if it's just a voice, it's like them here's what big guys who are douches on Twitter and using wacky names that you don't know. What it is, it's like somebody piping in a heckle over a loudspeaker.
Yeah.
It's like
speaker in the back of the club.
you're in the middle of your act and somebody's like, "You suck," and you're like, who said that? Where are you? And it's just a speaker in the corner, and you're supposed to address the speaker. Like I'm supposed to be me in front of everybody addressing the speaker.
Yeah.
Not
Hey,
that.
you
Unplug
anonymous person.
it. Unplug the speaker. Go fuck yourself, speaker. I have a lot more fun when somebody's right in the room there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess I've just been kind of, after 20 years of stand-up, you kind of get used to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like what you brought up, though, about when you see somebody and you're just looking at them, that when you get on them, the first thing you're going to do is what you see.
Sure.
So it's usually going to be looks or what you're wearing or just some type of vicious attack on their person because you don't know them.
Or your voice. Like one thing you do when you're heckled is I learned this trick many years ago in a club that kind of had a bit of an L shape to it. Somebody was yelling like, "Hey," whatever, and I was just addressing them, but the right half of the room didn't hear it. They didn't hear what they said, so they just heard me kind of addressing a heckle. So you repeat what they say. You get to hear their voice again. You get to hear what they say, and the more they talk, the more likely they are to fuck up. That's the rule. So what do you have to engage them a little bit because they will fuck up.
Yeah.
They're not used to this.
They're not pros.
And if they're really good at it, you can just fucking mock what alpha male assholes they think they are. There's always a way to smash their fucking teeth. Always. But you have to engage a little bit.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just going off one word. And that's, to me, what Twitter can be like, or a message board. And that's a lot of the message board guys get mad at me because I've harped on, well, how come you don't use your name? But it's like, if you're going to smash me, I'm not so above it all that I won't smash you back. Like, I don't think that I'm so, well, you're just a little peasant fan. You can't win with fans.
Yep. Hello?
Sometimes.
Hello?
Did you say? Did you hear that? Is that
Hello?
me? Danny? Button? If somebody bashes me, I'm not so above it where I don't bash back.
Yeah.
It's like if you bash back, why do you care what I say? Or if you ignore it, you're elitist. It's like you can't win with them.
Yeah. Oh, what? You don't want to address this? Look, he won't talk about it. And the second you do address it, got nothing better to do?
Yeah.
You can't win for losing, I say.
I've said that many times on first dates, loudly.
Oh, good gosh. I find it phony on TV and in movies and stuff when people don't know each other. They get in a confrontation and don't go for the jugular, the appearance. I don't think people of different races can get into an instant fight without throwing an epithet out. To tell you the truth, unless you think you're going to get killed. But I don't see a genuine, evenly matched fight happening on the street without, because if you're getting to the point where you're going to start throwing fisticuffs, you're going to just say horrible things, aren't you?
Yeah.
If you can't stand somebody, or if somebody cuts you off, you look at the car, and this is absolutely what I do. You look at the car, you look at who's driving, and you just either mumble under your breath or yell it out or whatever. Yeah. The worst thing you know. I don't know that person as a person.
Right.
So I only know them as what I see.
Yeah.
So you blurt it out.
unless your argument is over, unless the issue you're arguing about or fighting with somebody about is so much in itself stands as something to argue about. Like if you're arguing over, I pulled into this spot first, racial stuff might fly, but the point of you fucking cock, I'm here.
Yeah.
No, you're not. There's something to both focus on other than that. The racial stuff will probably eventually come out.
It probably would.
Fucking you uptight white motherfucker, you spoke, whatever it is. That stuff does come, or you at least think it. Because you're angry, and those are angry words.
Yeah, you're at least thinking it. I like when people say that. They go like, I've never thought of a racial epithet in my life. I've never, it just doesn't come into my head. It's like, bullshit. If you're wronged by a person of a certain race, you're at least going to think it. You're at least going to think it.
Especially if you don't know them. When I argue with Patrice or Keith, I really don't think that stuff.
No, not at all.
Because I know those guys.
Right.
So I have like a lot of stuff to get annoyed about. Or a lot of stuff to fucking...
Yeah, you know them well enough to be annoyed
by
friends. 100 things before race comes into it.
I know Patrice's inconsistencies or what an ass he is, or Keith's fucking player. So I look at them like, any other friend, it's like there's a million layers to fucking go into it.
Yeah,
that's not the issue. But when you don't know somebody, you don't have those layers to peel when you're fighting.
Yeah.
Or to get angry about. I just see parking space, Chinese!
Yeah, I think people are phony when they say they... have never thought.
It's a complete lie.
Because and it's not human.
People who don't think, there are people who I think don't think in racist terms. Like there are people.
Oh, I'll agree with that. Sure.
Like my ex, if I'd get cut off and say something racist, she'd be like, "What do you?" And she really meant it. Like if she got cut off by a black guy, she wouldn't think you fucking spook. That really just wouldn't be her thing. She'd be like, "What a prick." Yeah, because her upbringing was much different, and her family was different, and the racial makeup of her family was different.
Right.
So it really wouldn't be her instinct. She told me the time where she noticed it, like where I was rubbing off on her, is when she performed in front of an all-black crowd, because she was very very much liberal when it came to race and stuff. And I said, you don't feel that when you're ever on stage in front of a black crowd? You don't feel that weird aggression sometimes? And then the next time she did it, she was like, yeah, I did feel it with this,
thanks, asshole.
with this audience. I felt that there was something there from them. You do feel it sometimes from the audience. Like, you know, they're not this great audience, and I'm just this creepy white guy. They feel some type of an animosity towards me sometimes.
Wow, you've felt that on stage.
Oh, without it. I don't do ethnic shows. Not black shows. I won't do Latin shows. I won't do specialties. I won't do gay shows. Any type of specialty show, I don't want to perform on, because to me, anybody that's in the room simply because of...
I've never seen Jim Norton.
Yes, I was at the Gay Lebanese Bear Convention. It was me and 3 others. So...
There is a feeling, though, you get? Like
absolutely.
You'll
Tell when you're on stage, but, you know, in front of a black crowd, black crowds are weird. Like, they're great audience. They're like the Italian crowds. They're very, very ethnic. If they love you, you're fucking golden, man. They're great audiences. If they don't like you, it's going to be a long night.
It's going to be rough.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
But black crowds are weird. They're like nicer. They're a little more lenient with white comedians than they are with black comics. Like, there's an illusion that if you show up in front of a black crowd and they're just going to be like, oh, fuck you, white boy. It really isn't like that.
Yeah.
Unless you're maybe in a really thug crowd. Most of them kind of like, they know that you're walking into a lion's den in some way. And they always give you a moment more than they would give.
Before they just rip you apart if you suck.
Yeah, if you suck, they're going to let you know.
Yeah, you're getting killed.
But I've had experiences where some of my stuff was going over, some wasn't. The sex stuff they go crazy for. Like, they love my sex stuff. It does very well. Like, black crowds don't like stuff about God that much that's really nasty. They don't like any nasty religious stuff.
Oh, really?
No, they don't like pedophile stuff. It's just not what black culture thinks is really funny, you know?
Well, that is odd. There is such a difference between what you find funny, what you don't. It's just culture.
But when you're killing in front of a black crowd, and I haven't done one in so long, but I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
But it's a weird feeling when black people don't like you too. You feel like, God damn it. Yeah. Why? I was kind of hoping you'd like me.
Thought I was gonna win you over.
Like, I was doing in Pittsburgh. I did the Improv, and in the back left there was this one loud table, and I couldn't see them. You know, well, guess why? But it was a black table, and they were kind of chatty, and they weren't yelling at me. They were just chatting with each other.
Yeah.
And I got annoyed. Like, of course, the fucking black people were talking. But, you know, again, this table, but it's different. Like, why is that different than a table? They weren't yelling at me. They were just being rude.
Yeah.
I get that all the time.
Yeah.
With fucking white tables. But immediately it's a black table. I'm like, fuck, they don't like me because I'm white. They're just yapping because they're black. You know, it's stupid.
Pull a Michael Richards on him.
No, it wasn't that bad. But it's amazing how it's not like, fuck them, they're black. I figured they were thinking, fuck him, he's white.
Oh, right.
It's like a defensive reaction because you think that they're looking at you.
Yeah.
Am I making sense?
Yeah, totally. I understand what you're saying. I just can't imagine being in that position.
Well, again,
I would just that would be all that would be going through my mind, and I would not be able to function.
It depends on why you think somebody's heckling you or giving you a hard time or being rude. If you feel, because again, man, you're perceptive up there. You pick up things. You're perceptive, dude. You know when someone's just kind of being an ass. Mm-hmm. And you know when it's something else. You can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. Like when a guy is fucking... You know who's tough? These Wall Street guys who are so used to being the fucking funny guys in the room and the attention guys in the boardroom. Hey, how you doing? You know, the alpha male guy with a tie.
Yeah.
And then when they start heckling you, you know what they're doing. They're trying to fuck you up because they're jealous that people are looking at you and they don't like that. There's way more to it than a guy just having fun.
What do they do? That kind of lean back in the chair, look up at you like, all right, come on, funny man.
Yeah, do your thing. Like that. Oh, I will blow the whole set, humiliating that guy.
Just fucking with that person.
Lenny Marcus, who, you know, Lenny has worked with me many times. He's a funny guy. You know Lenny? Have you met Lenny? He was in here one time with glasses. He looks like really nerdy and like a victim.
I don't pay attention to anyone that walks in
I don't blame you, Aunt. He's a Jewish fella. You might have lost each other on certain political ideologies.
Oh, okay,
while you were fucking, doing a fucking Mexican hat dance around the screen while Fatherland was on. He might have been offended.
It happens.
But he looks like a victim. But, you know, with the glasses and he's nebbishy and his little Jewish arms, and, you know. But he's funny. Lenny's a funny comic. But Lenny has really weird Jewish arms. Like, he keeps his elbows by his ribs when he talks. And he gestures with his fucking elbows out like a praying mantis almost.
So it's like...
Yeah. He's a really
making
weird...
a little W with his arms.
He wears 2 T-shirts. He's a fucking ass. But he's funny, man. And he's a lot funnier than you think he's going to be. And he's more competent than you think he's going to be, because he's just this, like, he looks like, his opening joke is about how he looks like a computer tech, and he does. So he's on stage at the Cellar one night, and he brought in this female friend, not a girlfriend, just a chick. And there was a table, and some guy had this awful hat on, and he was trying to heckle Lenny because he thought he could get over on Lenny. And he's like, "Yeah, you're not funny." And boy, did Lenny put down the comedy character. Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit. He humiliated that guy. The whole room got uncomfortable with it. And the guy immediately realized, oh, motherfucker, I just put my dick in a bear trap. And it was so bad that when Lenny walked off the, because the guy wasn't being playful, and I guess Lenny picked up on that and just took the gloves off.
Right.
And the guy really embarrassed Lenny in front of his friend, because he wasn't trying to be a fun heckler. He was trying to really hurt him.
Yeah.
So when Lenny was he walked back into the cellar, and Lenny told him, "Meet me outside, you fucking cocksucker." Like, it was like one of those.
Wow, he was serious.
He shamed that guy. The way that guy tried to fucking embarrass him, he embarrassed that. Sometimes you gotta ruin the set. Sometimes you gotta make your fucking point.
Just to get at the one person that's fucking with you.
Because you're trying, I'm not going to be playful with you. You're trying to embarrass me. You're trying to be a real prick. So I was really so happy he did that.
I would think also that the set is going to be fucked anyway if this guy can continue unabated to fuck with you. So you might as well throw the set away and pound the son of a bitch.
Colin is this is where Colin is so great. He's like Nick. Nick is such a great comic, but Nick
is psychopathic.
Nick's fuse is fucking, it's hilariously short. Like, he could be killing, and he'll do a joke that should get groaned at. That fucking Hillary Clinton. Dyke. And then one person goes, "Whoa, you fucking NYU." And he just, and Nick is your hero a lot of times because you love the way he's just fucking straightening the audience out.
Yeah.
Whereas Colin is so great at, like, not, like, if somebody is like, if a joke doesn't go over, Colin does it immediately, attacking it, defensive, and he's amazing. Like, well, all right, folks, well, okay. Yeah. And he just looks like that's the way it's supposed to be going.
That went well.
Yeah, you don't have to, And a lot of times he just brings them around, but he never seems to be fucking phased at what he's doing. That's the thing with Colin. He never seems to be fucking frazzled, is the word? Is that the word?
Yeah. I don't know how you even get to the point of what you do and Colin and Patrice, because you obviously had to take so much shit early on when you didn't know how to handle the situation, and I wonder how many actually talented comedians give up and just say fuck it and don't go on because they got fucked.
I've told the story before, but my worst heckling thing, which the one that hurt me the most, was like 2 nights or the night before Desert Storm broke out in 1990. I was like in the business 6 months. Levy was the host of the show. I talk about it in the book, so I'm not going to get through the whole story. But I looked up to Bob Levy back then. I loved him. I mean, I still love Bob. But he was the fucking funny local guy. It was the big room at Rascals. I had only done the bar. And Bobby went up and was murdering, just killing. And he brought me on. And I went up, and I had my purple baggy pants, and I bombed. And I remember I actually broke character. I didn't know how to handle. I didn't know how to dig myself out. And I was like, "Am I too dirty?"
No, you started like asking the people.
Dude, I was like 5 minutes. Am I too dirty or something? And some guy just went, "Nah, get a new act. Get a new act." And I just went, "I'm sorry, I'm not going to waste your time anymore." And I walked off in the middle of the set. Oh.
Now, after that, how the fuck do you get back on a stage?
I walked off, and it was humiliating. I cried. I cried driving home. I really did.
No.
I cried.
What a great scene for a movie that would be.
Oh, my God. I fucking cried driving. Because to me, it's like, as a comic, when you first start, maybe I don't know how it was when you first got into doing radio. But you always think, like, this is not going to last. This is way too good to be true.
Yeah.
The bottom's going to fall out. I'm going to fucking die on the vine. It's a pipe dream, faggot. And that was the confirmation, like, after 6 or 8 months of having mild open mic success. Like, this kid's pretty good. Oh, here's Jimmy Norton. This is what you are, you fucking flop. And I fucking bawled like a bitch all the way home. It was over. The dream was over. I was never going to get back on stage. And I called Ward Magnuson, who ran Rascals, And I don't know why. I was like, I don't know. I just talked to him. I apologized. He's like, that happens.
Apologize for your act.
I get a new act. And that's such an awful heckle.
Oh, it's like from vaudeville. Get a new act. You're packing your props in your steamer trunk. Well, I guess we need a new act.
Exactly. The chimpanzee died. What are we going to do?
Chimpanzee?
Yeah, that's a chimpanzee with his friend Maxine. They do a show together. Chimpanzee.
Chimpanzee.
Oh, boo. Maybe that's why I bombed. I couldn't say chimpanzee. I should get a new act for the radio.
A new act. Quick, bring on the dancing girls.
And Levy was very nice about it after. Levy was very cool because Bob can be a caustic prick, but he was very sweet.
Was he sympathetic?
Yeah. Well, as a comic, he knew it really hurt. Like, he didn't even tease me. Like, Bob is a
wow.
Normally, you'd fucking. Thank God it wasn't Voss. If that was Voss as the host of that show, I would be fucking. I would be working in a hardware store to this day, selling flooring. That rotten fucking twat.
He'd have fucking ripped you an ass.
Don't fuck with me or I'll bring Norton back.
As Jimmy cries.
Oh, I was awful. But I talked to Ward, who ran the club, and he goes, well, do some soul searching. He was basically saying, don't give up. It's one of those things.
Wow, soul searching.
Yeah,
Fuck.
like, because he's like, to see if you should give up or not. So I was like, should I quit? And I didn't. I kind of wanted to be talked out of quitting, and he did effectively. So the next night, I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go back on tonight. I got to get it. I got to do it right now. But then the war broke out. So all the shows were canceled that night. So I went on like 2 days later. Ooh. But it will never hurt that bad again. It'll never be that humiliating again.
Right. That's what it is. It's humiliating.
I'll never be that helpless. I bombed worse than that, believe me. When I was warming up for Leno in September, I went on at a place, not the Comedy Cellar, it was another small club. And I was doing this. The Leno stuff was hard for me because it was 5 TV clean minutes of one subject. It was a theme thing. They were trying to figure out what that bit was going to be. So it's not natural to go up and do 5 minutes on planes for me.
Yeah. And
I went on this one place, and I was dying a death. It was like there was a fan in the room. This was back in September.
You were able to hear the ventilation.
I'm 20 years in, and I could hear the fan.
Oh, no.
It was shamed silence, and the comics were watching uncomfortable. And it wasn't aggressive. The crowd wasn't being dicks. They were not talking. I couldn't shit on them. I was just bombing. And I was so shaken up by that. I was like, this is why everyone doesn't do this.
I remember now.
Whew. Thank God I had another cellar set right after so I could go and fucking get out of my system.
Yeah.
Because that was a bomb. That was a bomb where I'm like, wow, that was an uncomfortable one. Like, I couldn't get out of it. 20 years, and I couldn't get out.
That's another thing about that business that's beyond me is that, yeah, you can be 20 years in. You're good. You know you're working.
Yeah.
And then one night, it could just not work. That's fucked to me.
It is so... I always wanted to do a documentary on comedy, on doing the same stuff. Like Seinfeld did one warming up, and I guess he kind of showed it. But to me, it's fascinating how something will work literally from one show to the next. It will kill one show and bomb the next.
Yeah, how does that work? I mean, different people, but it's the same shit.
Yeah.
Same people. Yeah, you were telling me that story when you went into, was it Dangerfields or something? And then they just look and stare at you. And then the same stuff kills down the road.
Kills downtown. It would be for 20 minutes later. It's like, where were you people 20 minutes ago, you fucks?
It doesn't make sense.
How did this group assemble well, and that group up there are cunts?
Doesn't make any sense.
I think Lenny Bruce, I don't know if it was Lenny Bruce, might have said the audiences, he said, I think as individuals they're idiots, but as a group they're a genius. I think that was a Lenny quote about how they pick up on stuff, and if you're fucking scared or you're uncomfortable, they feel it, man.
The pack mentality, they could just kind of
get it.
Growl, smell the fear on you, see the sweat.
Yeah, that's why confidence is so important. We're faking it well enough.
Yeah, because not a lot of comics I know have a lot of confidence. You know, people are up on stage. They could look like they have confidence, but then most of you guys are insecure little boys.
You can tell, like David Tell, I know fairly well, and I can. If I think a Tell is nervous or uncomfortable, I can.
Oh, got yourself a pickaninny.
See, you went, you got yourself a pickaninny. And his fucking, I'm sure he was a few sheets to the wind, as they say. Funny bastard, man. But I can tell if he's uncomfortable or a little bit nervous because I've seen him so many times.
Yeah.
Like, he has little tells. Patrice, like, you can always tell when guys you really know, and I know the audience doesn't know. they never see it. But it's like when you see guys enough times,
Yeah, you would know.
you can tell when they're a little bit,
Jesus.
or Kyle, I can tell if Kyle's trying to do a good set, like where it actually matters to him if he doesn't, he's not just playing around. And,
Yeah, because you know these guys. David Tell looks like, I noticed, if you watch that Broadview Security, the one with the mother and daughter playing in the backyard, and then they lock the door and turn on the alarm. And the guy that kicks the door in is wearing a hoodie. He looks like David Tell.
Oh, does he? I don't remember.
Yeah. It really does. But of course, it's the thug white guy busting into the white people's house.
Yeah, that's how it normally happens.
Yes, of course it does. We I guess we'll take a break, get something to eat, and then we'll talk a little bit about Red Dead.
Oh, you played
Dead,
it.
Red Redemption, Red Dead. Actually, Danny sent me a clip that was very entertaining. Danny's an asshole.
And I'd like to touch on George Lopez. Oh, George.
Yeah, that too. Yeah,
Gee.
George.
I like him more now.
Oh, well, yeah, he's doing that TBS show, and apparently he has that extracurricular activities. Where is that story? Yeah, that's a good one. I got to give that a full read.
Yeah, it's a short one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, George.
Oh, boy. Not good.
Yeah, that's funny.
All right, we're back.
Yeah, we'll take a little break. We'll eat, and we'll be right back.
The Opie and Anthony Show is now back on the Virus Sirius XM.
Hi. Opie and Anthony Show. Jimmy Norden. And,
Yes.
Danny Ross sitting at the board. Thank you, Danny.
Can I address what Danny was asking me in the break?
Certainly.
Because Danny was like, he was asking me if I gamble, and I'm like, no, I don't gamble. And he said, well, what are you going to do when you're at the Borgata July 2nd and 3rd? I said, I'm going to perform, Dan. I don't gamble.
I was sitting here the entire time, and I completely missed that conversation.
It was kind of under. You really couldn't hear it. It was just he and I making eye contact. But I knew that's what he was saying.
So it was an unspoken thing.
Yes, it
but you
was.
picked up on it that you will be at the Borgata July 2nd and 3rd.
Yes.
For amazing shows.
Let's
down
hope
there.
so.
Yeah,
Let's hope so.
Of course. Already a lot of people talking about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always easy to get people down when you're just gambling and fucking debauchery.
Yeah. People could. I have a feeling it's going to be one of those because I'm going, and I think it's just going to be this contrived me sitting there and going, "Watch everyone, blackjack," and they'll all, oh, look at him, he's doing it.
He's doing his thing.
Meanwhile, I'm fucking raging.
Yeah.
I'm pissed off. I'm punching listeners square in the face if they laugh at me for losing.
Believe me, let's hope that none of the listeners see you and go, blackjack.
Oh, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, 7, please.
Embarrassing.
Especially if you go up to like the big boy tables.
Yes.
How annoyed would everybody be up there if there's just a crowd of fans being loud?
Yeah, because the high stakes room, they don't really like the riffraff. Yeah. I know, it'll look like Happy Gilmore. Just stuffed shirts with shenanigans going on.
They don't like it when you're there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they don't. Bastards. I have fun, though. Fuck it. Wow. Just reading some of the Pal Talk stuff. Hi.
You
Hey,
reading love?
everybody.
Any good stuff, or is it all?
No,
Are they being a bunch of negative
riff-raff. No,
Nancy's?
actually, they're very nice. Good. They're very nice.
Hey, fucking Pal Talk. Why don't you get something from Mac?
Yeah,
It's annoying.
they have that Pal Talk Express.
I have that. Is that good?
No.
What's the difference?
It sucks. It's web page based, and
What's that mean?
it's not like a proprietary program. You know, you got to go to a website and look in, and the cameras don't work well, and it just sucks. It really does suck.
Why don't they just make one for Mac?
I don't know.
What are they doing?
Come on, Pal Talk.
No one's buying PCs anymore.
No,
No.
really.
A lot of people are. I'm sure.
Yeah, but Danny was very mean yesterday. was very mean and rude to me.
But did I not say hello to you in the morning?
No, I gotta.
Jokes. It's jokes. Everybody could relax.
Stirring this up
Making
now,
jokes.
are you?
Making jokes.
Are you? Well, I get, I get my phone, my little iPhone vibrates, and I look and I see it's a text from Danny. So I look and ooh, an attachment. I love those, a picture or something, and I click on it, and it's a video.
Ooh.
Like, what is Danny doing? He's sending me a video.
Yeah, it's my cum shots.
Yeah.
Make my own compilations.
What's that from?
Compilations.
What's
Oh,
that?
did you? Is that from a movie?
No, well, on all the tube sites, like if you want to like look up just like the busting shots,
Oh.
if you type in compilations,
Compilation.
get it?
Yeah.
Get it? Oh.
It's like you're calling Palatians and telling them to come over here.
Yes. Yes, Chip.
Some gold Palatians, too.
Yeah.
Go over there, Palatians.
Don't know whether they're coming or going,
Yes, whether it's
Yeah.
up or down or something.
or what I said.
What's that?
Chip, nothing. It's fine.
Too busy thinking of my lines.
So, it seems Danny was playing Red Dead.
Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead. I can never remember what's first, Red or Dead.
That game is beautiful, by the way.
It really is stunning.
Looks really good.
Stunning. But Danny wasted no time finding me in the game, and this is what I had to deal with. Hopefully, you'll be able to hear it. Yeah. Ta-da. Hit the play. No. Why would the volume be loud on an iPhone? You bastard. Well, you
Hard
could
to
barely hear it.
Yeah, that's the iPhone.
Stupid iPhone volume should be louder.
Of course it should be.
Come on, Steve Jobs.
Too busy fucking putting on giant turtlenecks.
Well, Danny found me.
Yeah, you're very, very early on in the
Yeah.
game. I don't know if, I mean, as Laszlo said yesterday, you're one of the gunsmiths in
Yeah.
the game.
Yeah.
And I don't know, because I haven't played too much of it, so I don't know if you run multiple shops or not. But you're basically the first gunsmith that you run into in the game.
Ooh.
So I said, wow, there's my friend Anthony. And I promptly took out my shotgun and shot the back of his head off.
I'm laying on the floor. Didn't you hit me with the gun
Yeah,
first?
first I pushed you to the ground.
Yeah, and I'm laying on the floor, and I said something about not enough room back here for both of us.
And boy, for the people that like to compare this game to GTA a lot, it is a lot different. And in one of those ways, the fact that in Red Dead Redemption, everybody is armed.
Oh, right.
So
okay.
whereas in GTA, if you're walking around the city and you just pull your gun on somebody, everybody starts shitting and running away and putting their hands up. Well, Red Dead Redemption's a little bit different in the sense that if you draw your gun and someone sees you draw, pretty much, they're taking out their gun and shooting you.
And starting to shoot at you?
Pretty much.
Wow, okay.
Because all I did was I took out my gun and I was fine. And then I bumped into you and kind of knocked you to the ground, and that was all it took for me to start getting shot up. That's why in the video I sent you, I'm kind of like spazzing out a little bit. I don't know what to do because I was not expecting to be shot multiple times in the second that it took for you to hit the floor.
Yeah. And did you do the target tagging?
No, that I didn't try it. I didn't play too much of the game. Like in game, I guess, because especially at the beginning, there's so much storyline and cutscenes and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't even think I got to that particular lesson. You know how they kind of guide you through the first few missions. I didn't even think I got up to it. So.
Yeah, they do have that formula where they kind of have a lot of cutscenes and show you how the game works. That's kind of that's a talent in itself in game making, is being able to show you how the game works without just running through the training mission.
Showing you the curve, and I think that's why Portal worked so great on so many levels, because you had to apply lessons that you learned from previous test chambers into the later test chambers.
Yeah,
and then at the end you kind of had to put everything together, and it was a perfect formula.
So the whole game was actually a training mission for the end game. Portal was a great game.
It still
really
is. And you can get it for free, people, if you're listening out there. Yeah, Steam is offering free Portal from now until, I think you have 4 more days until the 24th. You could download Portal for free, I think Mac or PC.
And there's going to be a new one? coming out?
Yeah, new Portal coming out, I think around Halloween time. Portal 2. It's going to be a huge game. A lot of people complained how short the original Portal was, and it was, but the release that's coming out in October is going to be a full Portal game. It'll be a full price game, and you'll get your money's worth.
I hope they don't. I hope they don't cheese it up. Like sequels are like Half-Life. Of course, one of my favorite games ever was the original Half-Life, and they wound up dumbing down the sequels. Like, I liked the puzzle solving. I don't like games where you have to try to jump to a rock 20,000 times. You plummet to your death, and you got to do the same thing over and over again. Hate those. But it was like a puzzle solving kind of thing. The puzzles were very complex. It kept you in game. It didn't take you out of the game because you were solving a puzzle and took you out of the first-person shooter part of it. But they wound up dumbing it down and made it just a straight run-and-shoot kind of game. And those get boring as fuck, you know?
They can.
Yeah.
But on the other side, I mean, I always hated games where there was just some really intricate puzzle that was right in the middle of some, like, action game, especially, like, the first Resident Evils. Like, you're getting chased by zombies, and then you're in a room where you have to, like, solve some coded puzzle, and it's just like, I have zombies after me. Why do I care?
Why am I doing this?
Why am I doing a jigsaw puzzle in the dining room?
Half-Life, the original one, had puzzles, but they were part of the game. Like, you had to... The only way to get up another level of stairs, well, the stairs were gone, was to take an elevator. The elevator didn't work. So now you had to go downstairs and try to figure out how to turn the power on to make the elevator work. But it wasn't just flipping a switch. There was, like, a box was blocking a circuit. You had to break the box to slap the circuit together, and you still didn't get power, so you had to follow the power lines to where something was broken and fix it. So it kept you in game. Those games I love. But then they took all that shit out and maybe made you throw a lever or something, and then you were back to just running and gunning, which, if you're into that, there's so many games that you could just run and gun, but I kind of liked that whole thing where it was. And it was a lot creepier. There was a lot more surprise shit around corners. I think they just designed the game a lot better than they did with the sequels.
Did you play the sequels, Tom?
Yeah, I played them all.
All of them?
Yeah, all of them. No cheat codes either, by the way, which was frustrating as fuck. I think the original game probably took me 2 months to finish, and it was... I think it cost me. I think it was part of the price of my marriage, because I would. I think I've told this before. I would come home, and the wife thought it was romance night, because me and Opie used to carpool. So we'd pull up to the house, and the candles were in the window, like there'd be candles lit in the house. The door would be open a little, so I'd see candles lit, and I'd be like, all right, she, and I believe me, I'll even take credit for being a prick about this one, because I know what's coming when I go in the house, and it ain't me.
What's coming when you get in the house?
The candles. She probably had cooked. Probably had a nice Captain and Coke mixed up for me when I get home, because this was afternoon drive, so
right.
I was getting home at 7 o'clock. Yeah, well, getting home about 8 o'clock, and I'd walk in the door. And maybe she'd have something a little sexy on, and there it was. All the things that are supposed to be the good wife doing the good job for her husband coming home from work. And I would walk in the door and look at everything, and then quickly just dart my eyes over to the computer at the desk. And all I wanted to do was play Half-Life. I just wanted to get on and go through a few more levels.
So what would you do? Would you eat the nice dinner, and would you fuck, or would you walk in and start making excuses? Hey, I'm tired, man. My back hurts. Or
I would sit down, like, in front of the TV with dinner, and watch some TV, drink a little bit, and then try to, like, I'm slowly going, trying to blow candles out from across the room.
Picking up the paper, really. Let me read this.
Yeah.
Hoping it fans them out.
Picking up anything flat and waving it around the room. just trying to take the romance out of the room.
Yeah.
She was trying, and I was just
Telling horrible stories. How was work? A child was killed on the LIE.
That was terrible. So she was trying, and all I wanted to do was, get on that game, blast away some head crabs with a shotgun, and get up another level.
New Call of Duty's coming out later, too.
Yeah. Can't wait for that one. I was really bad with video games for quite a while. I've definitely gotten better because I can't sit there for hours on end. I just don't find I don't know if it's me or the games themselves. I think I just kind of moved on, but I can't sit there for as long as I used to with video games. I would sit there and have a drink, smoke. The room would be full of smoke. Have an ashtray with a mountain of cigarette butts, and just sit for. It was probably 18 hours straight, just playing games. And then the wife would just be like, at some point, I'm going to bed, all pissed. And she'd go to bed. And then I'd crawl into bed when the birds are tweeting and the sky's getting blue out.
I didn't even know birds had Twitter back then.
Oh, no. The sound they make, Chip. They make a tweeting sound.
Thing is, that's so funny. Here's why you can't sit in front of a computer all those hours, because you're no longer in a long-term relationship.
Yeah.
So you have moved on, and now all you can do is stick your dick in different people. That takes up the video game time.
No, but that's not the truth.
You're fucking...
I can't.
Your assembly line cock. Ka-tung, ka-tung, ka-tung. Pussy ass next, pussy ass next, pussy ass next.
No. I just don't find them like EverQuest was huge too for me. Big giant game when it first came out, before they really made it easy. It was just, I was on it constantly. That was the game where you're just like, one more level, and you look at the clock and you're just like, fucking 5 hours went by and you thought it was 10 minutes. When you're playing some of those games, time can just fucking race by.
And I used to play PC games much more than console games.
Games.
Well,
It was
criminal,
all
they
about-
would call the criminal African American or Asian American.
Oh, not politically correct games.
But you know
Chip
what?
and Jim's voice.
Chip and Jim's voice.
Sorry, dude.
I think it has a lot to do with the fact that you're just not sitting in front of a computer for as long as you used to.
Yeah.
Like if you wanted to communicate with somebody online, you used to have to, be at where your computer was in the house.
That's true, yeah.
And now laptops are so affordable. Everybody has a laptop. Everybody has some kind of phone where they could be in contact with people. So you're not sitting there for the hours and hours like you used to be. At least I know I was.
Yeah.
Back in the day with my first computer. But I guess the other argument could be like, well, you could still game on Xbox and stuff. But there's something that's just completely different about that. Sitting on a couch like 8 feet away from your television, as opposed to just being in your chair right up against your monitor, there's something completely different.
Yeah,
about
and
that.
if you had a 17-inch CRT monitor, you were golden. But a lot of people had like 15-inch monitor, and you'd sit there and play these games, just with your face like fucking 5 inches from the screen. And yeah, now you're across the room.
It's a completely
television,
different vibe.
Widescreen. It really is. I don't know. It seems more communal with the console games. You were really kind of just by yourself in your own little world with the PC games. But when you're playing console games, you're kind of out there, and anybody who's in the house can kind of look at what you're doing, be annoyed that you're playing and not watching TV.
Especially this generation of console games, too, because all of a sudden, your friend pops up on Xbox Live or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh. And then it kind of takes you out. You kind of go to your menu. Oh, what's he playing? Oh, maybe I'll play with him. And then, who knows, maybe you swap a game out or something. But
I got to disable that feature that tells all my friends what I'm doing on Xbox.
Yeah, so should D-Boy. Because I don't need to know that when he's watching Ernest Goes to Jail on Netflix.
Is that what he was doing?
Yeah, one night, sure. He was watching Ernest Goes to Jail.
I got ragged at for watching 21 Jump Street. It's like, hey, faggot, get on Call of Duty. What are you watching 21 Jump Street for? And I'm like, oh, yeah, they know what I'm doing.
You need to alter your privacy.
Which is freaky. Man, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
When they know what you're watching. You know, I just wanted to see a young Johnny Depp.
Yeah, it's understandable.
Why wouldn't I?
Yeah, smooth as silk, that kid.
And then Quincy, you know, just pop up some episodes of Quincy so people start texting me Jimsy lines.
I haven't seen a Quincy episode in such a long time. It's so great.
They are just and that's the great thing about the new media and mediums that we have for outlets for watching TV and movies. Not everything's available, and sometimes I bitch about that. Movies you can't get on Netflix Instant, shit like that. But TV shows, there is shit that would just be gone in the fucking vapor of the cosmos, never to be seen again. And you could dredge these old shows up and watch them whenever you want. Just pop them on.
It's an instant, you know?
Yeah.
Like hey, can you look for some any Quincy episodes?
Quincy.
Moments on YouTube where Quincy is making a speech of some sort.
Yeah.
Also old movies, too, because, you know, a lot of time, I mean, going to, like, the old school video store or whatever, you look through some movies and you never wanted to commit to some movie. Maybe, like, you heard of it, you know, but did you really want to spend the $4.50 to rent it?
Yep.
And now it's just, you could just, you know, hit play and it starts playing, and then at 20 seconds in, if you decide, fuck this, you just turn it off.
you bail.
And there's no big deal.
That's, that's what it, and that's how it should be.
Yeah. It's great, though, because
Like
then,
everything.
you know, like you were saying, you get to discover new stuff that you just wouldn't have.
Yeah, new stuff you wouldn't have, or just shit that like you remember from your youth and just kind of makes you laugh.
People's patience is much less, though, because, again, like you said, you can turn it off in 20 seconds. Or
Yeah.
So people have much less tolerance, I think, for getting to know things. It's like,
Yeah, true.
no good, turn off.
That's why shows don't get as much time.
Yeah.
Or
Or radio stations or
build an
anything.
audience. Radio stations, yeah. I mean, years ago when here in New York, you had 2, 4, Channel 2,
Right.
4,
7.
5, 7,
11.
8 was Connecticut and it came in kind of fuzzy. 9, 11, and educational, PBS Channel 13. That was it. You would sit and watch a half-hour show and through commercials and everything.
Sure.
That's all you did. You sat and watched the fucking thing. Now commercials pop on. Bump, 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 bump. Chicks are the worst, too. I don't want to sound like a hacky fucking comedy act here, but comedy act, your act stinks.
Yeah, get a new act.
Get a new act. But commercials come on, them bitches will grab a remote in a second.
Yeah.
And I don't mind watching through commercials because sometimes I like commenting on them. Fucking the alarm one or that stupid Activia fucking commercial.
By the way, that would explain why she grabs the remote. Every girl goes to commercial. Oh, great, here it goes. He's going to complain about the white criminals again.
It's true.
He's going to complain
I'm the
about
worst.
Jamie Lee Curtis and her awful liquidy
and her
shit.
fucking shits. All right, Jamie Lee Curtis, we get it. You're helping people take dumps. Activia, take the Activia challenge. Oh, I was a little bloated, but now, and they do that little hand thing where they make like they're whooshing in front of their belly with their hand to signify that they have shit. The commercial is telling you, eat our yogurt and you will shit. Listen to Jamie Lee. She's done it.
It is great, too. I like to shit into a surgical mask. This way I can strains out all the icky liquid.
Equally.
Ickity. Wait, a star is dead. Oh, no, Quincy.
Ah, yeah. A star is dead.
Can we turn this up?
Yeah, let's listen to a little Quincy.
He's walking in a...
Can't get enough.
Comment, Doctor. I was hoping you'd be receptive to one of mine. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. Doctor,
Horrible audio.
I have highly confidential information concerning Miss Rhodes' death.
Find a new one.
Someone
That one's
was with her
terrible.
last night.
That one's terrible.
But that guy was in everything. That guy with the glasses. You remember him, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there were people that just made the rounds
Yeah.
on TV series back then. It's like, oh, he's the bad guy in everything.
He's the heavy.
I remember him from Mannix. Wasn't he the bad guy from Cannon? A Quinn Martin production. Oh, here we go.
Quincy's got
All
an
right.
intense face
How
on.
important it is to you. But there could be a risk.
How much of a risk?
He's talking to the guy from
A
Caddyshack.
great deal, maybe none. Nobody could be sure.
My father wants me to play in that game. And he would never let me play if he thought anything might happen to me.
Oh, I'm sure of that. But he's not a doctor. He could be wrong.
No, you're wrong. You just said so. You don't know if there's any risk.
Steve, just don't play in this game. I mean, just in case.
I'm gonna play. If I didn't play, I'd be letting him down. Worse than that, I'd be saying to him, hey, you don't care about me. All you care about is that damn record. That's why I kept your mouth shut.
Steve, listen to me. We're not saying that at all.
I don't want to hear it. My father cares about me. My father does. He loves me. He always has and he always will. And I feel the same way about him. And I'm not going to do anything to let him down. You understand me?
That's D'Annunzio from Caddyshack.
Yeah, but it was great to... Quincy was having the impassioned speech. Quincy had the open fucking big collared shirt and the jacket.
But why is he there talking to the child?
You're a coroner. Why are you trying to straighten... Wait till he's got a toe tag on him, then fix him.
Exactly.
Nosy fuck.
I'm sure he plays the game, and it's horrible. I'm sure something happens to him. I tried to save the child.
Yeah. The record was more important.
Oh, no way to treat a flower.
Tell you where he's going, the marijuana?
He couldn't, Quincy. He's dead.
No.
No. I just saw that episode.
Did you?
Yeah, it's great.
Did he tell you where he's growing the marijuana?
The marijuana.
Why would you ask? You're the coroner.
You're a coroner. You're not involved in the investigation. He went to the kid's house.
That's the haloperidol, isn't it?
Oh.
I'll be okay once I get up there concentrated.
I better go see when they want you.
The kid is shaking. They're in a suit, and he's shaking terribly. Quincy knows the answer.
I feel like I just swallowed a butterfly collection.
Well, you're going to be fine.
I don't want to scare them.
It's twitching.
It's so small.
It's twitching.
They have David and Goliath.
Yeah, but I don't have a slingshot.
What's he doing? He's twitching.
Dr. Quincy, I don't know if I can really go through with this.
Oh, you're going to be fine. You can do it, Tony.
Oh.
Honest, you can.
Why is the coroner doing this?
I don't know.
The coroner shouldn't be coaching a witness.
Quincy would always wear these great fucking horrible sweater vests that came to the top of his belt. A snug top of the belt sweater vest.
What an ass.
We are, I'm reading this Lopez story as you guys are talking about.
Yes.
I'm so irritated. Another fucking hooker blabs.
Yeah.
And the Inquirer shows these pictures of them, and they don't show their face.
No, they pixelate the hooker face.
And not her real name.
It's like, why? If they're so willing to come out and talk about who they're fucking for money, show their faces. Yeah, and they're they're getting paid for these stories. So what is the George Lopez hooker story? Is he a dirty boy?
No, not at all. They were saying that, just a text. He wants to hook up with hot chicks. And they said he had a big dick.
Yeah.
And he wore condoms. He was okay with the condom. He said he was very normal sexually. He was in and out in 30 minutes. Yeah, they said nothing kinky, just regular sex.
Then why fucking open your mouth? No matter what he's doing, why open your mouth? But, why fucking tattletale? And what, George can't get fucking some chicks?
Yeah, no, he's paying. Of course he can, but he doesn't want the headaches. Even escorts. Now even fucking escorts are blabbing.
Yeah.
We've taught these fucking whores that they have a voice. Meaning, part of your job is to be anonymous, and they're all blabbing.
Yeah, that's why you're being paid, is to leave right afterwards, to show up when you're supposed to show up, and then to not open your mouth or call or anything else. That's why you're paying them, and they're going against the rules.
So annoying.
Was he cut? No.
She didn't say
he is
whether or not he was clipped.
Can't be. I wonder if he's got a little peenie hole in his foreskin, like our own Sam Roberts
old
used
fucking
to have.
stinky dick?
Old water balloon cock.
Goiter dick.
Squeezing it out like toothpaste. Yuck. That whole image is disgusting.
Well, we have a piece of production that we could play that.
I would love to hear it.
All right.
What is it?
Well, this is a production piece that's entitled Adventures in Docking.
Adventures in Docking? Oh.
Let's take a listen. Listen to this. Welcome back, everybody, to Adventures in Docking. Now, as we all know, docking is when two gay men have their penises erect, and one man takes the foreskin of his penis and stretches it over the head of the other man's penis. So let's go to the phones. Let's see. We have Sam here from New York. Let's see. Now, Sam, when did this docking fetish begin for you?
Well, I was in college. I was a freshman in college, so I came home for spring break, and I scheduled it to do it on the first day.
Wow, the very very first day, huh? You sure are eager to try new things.
Yeah.
So, like, what made you even want to get into docking in the first place?
For whatever reason, I wasn't circumcised, obviously, when I was born.
Okay, so I see what you're saying. Basically, you figured, hey, I have this extra skin on my penis. I might as well use it to my sexual advantage.
Yes.
Now, Sam, would you say that your penis is big enough for proper docking? Like, I don't know, 6 inches?
I mean, I don't know if I'm quite there. It's average. It's fine.
Now, it says here that you once tried to dock with a very large black gentleman, and it didn't quite work out. Tell me about that.
The hole in the foreskin, it wasn't big enough to stretch over.
Well, over his giant cockhead, gotcha. So it wasn't getting stuck to the head.
Right, it's not stuck to the head. It's just the hole is too small to fit over the head.
That is so embarrassing. What did you do about it?
Going forward, I don't want to have an explanation. And so we went to the urologist to get, a word on it.
Right, so you wanted to get your foreskin stretched out so you could dock with bigger men.
The urologist said, it happens. It's not typical. If you want to change it for aesthetics or for whatever reason, it's a simple procedure, and you come in and you do it, and you're out.
Well, that's great. Now you can dock with anybody.
Yeah, that's correct.
Well, Sam, thanks for the call. This is all the time we have for Adventures in Docking this week. Join us next week where we'll be discussing proper docking techniques at a pumping party. See you then.
That's great.
Oh, fuck.
Great.
Oh, you looked stupid in that, Sam. You came off looking stupid.
You look really queer in that.
I know, I did notice.
He looks really queer, but I'm hosting a show called Adventures in Docking.
Yeah, but at least you're doing phoners. You're not having them come in live. It's all right. You're working your way up in the business. It's a theme show, and that's your theme that week, Adventures in Docking. And people actually listen and call in.
Yeah, and they have a live audience. They're clapping.
You must be. Yeah, people are applauding that he went to the urologist.
But they're very excited. Sam was excited at some of the questions and answers. He was laughing. Yeah.
To be fair, I think some of my quotes were used out of context.
What?
I think.
I heard the questions. I heard the answers. It's on fucking the recording. It's got to be true.
I'm glad Sam listens to my show.
No, I mean, I didn't even realize. I don't think it's a real show now that I'm thinking about it.
Sure, it is the pad data. Adventures in Docking.
Yes, Adventures in Docking.
T. Ross.
I always get criticized, by the way, when Ope's not here for not taking enough phone calls.
I would say always get criticized.
Just
people who want to call in.
Oh, they hate it. I want to see what Jake in Buffalo had to say because he's. I don't think he likes the video games.
You know, wait, my kids, Jake.
What's the matter, Jake?
Hello? Hello?
Hello, hello.
How about you turn down your fucking radio thingy?
Yeah.
Dude, the radio's all the way off completely.
All right, welcome.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I don't even care anymore. I was annoyed a little bit, and then I called, and then I'm driving, so I just kept the thing on the line. I don't even really care that much anymore.
What were you annoyed by, Jake?
Wow, you just don't care. Hit an abutment.
Got a bad attitude.
What's the problem? What was the problem when you cared 5 minutes ago?
Well, I was just listening to you guys talk about the video games, and it was just really boring. But it was only for probably a little bit of time. It's no big deal. I probably jumped the gun on making the call.
You should probably jump the gun making the call.
Instead of jumping it, why don't you wrap your lips around it?
Yeah. All right.
What do you do, character?
All right.
Yeah. All right.
I drive around and I deliver pastries.
Yes, see?
So you're a man who knows excitement.
Pastry.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
What do you do?
What do you do? We want to.
I appraise real estate.
You appraise real estate.
Sometimes, real estate needs that sometimes if it's got low self-esteem.
Yeah.
Appraise it.
You walk right over and say, hey, Lon, you look like you're really good today. Something.
So you're a real estate appraiser.
Correct.
Wow. And you thought the video game talk was boring.
Well, I play video games, but I guess I don't have that much time to play those in-depth games. So
why would you want to talk about the biggest game that's been released this year?
Yeah.
Danny,
that'll probably make $100 million. What's
Danny,
that?
Less of you on the air is way better.
Oh shit, man!
What's your problem with Danny?
He's way funnier when he's doing his production pieces, but on the air he's kind of boring.
On the phone, you're kind of boring, so that's my argument back to you.
Yeah, Jake, you're really boring on the phone.
Appraise that.
You're appraise that. Your job is crashingly boring.
No, No way, dude.
What's the most exciting thing that happens in the life of a real estate appraiser?
A real estate appraiser in Buffalo.
Go
ahead.
Go.
You make plenty of money. That's what's good about it.
All right, but what about the job itself? Is it rewarding in other ways but money, sir?
Yes.
How?
How?
How is your job rewarding in any other way but money? Go.
I get paid for it. That's
in any other way than money is one thing, but if you're miserable in your line of work, you're going to.
I make my own schedule. I work whenever I want. I drive around. I dress casual. It's all good.
Do you realize your job sucks?
Yeah.
And it's fucking boring. And the fact that you call up to bitch about a 5-minute break about a video game that we were talking about is nothing compared to your horribly boring life as a real estate appraiser in Buffalo.
Yeah, you're pretty funny, man.
Married man, are you, Jake?
Mr. Grady.
Are you married?
Oh, that was really funny.
Yeah,
let's do more
good.
impressions.
Being sarcastic.
Wow. You should replace Danny.
Nah,
I agree.
Nah, Danny should just stick to production, that's all.
Why? Well, coming from a real estate appraiser that can dress casually and drive around, I'm sure he's very insulted.
It doesn't mean it's not meant to be insulting.
What? You insulted him.
It's not meant to be insulting.
It's just giving me a little constructive criticism.
He criticized his job.
We're having
bad.
we're having a conversation, so it doesn't necessarily always have to be this yuck huddle funny stuff. Sometimes it's just guys talking about their life.
I told you I didn't care anymore. I said I jumped the gun. You guys pulled me in.
Yeah, but no. It's you gun jumpers that are the worst.
Yeah.
Because you're knee-jerk. Instead of sitting there and just listening, you knee-jerk and dial and go, now I got a bitch. Now I got a bitch.
Yeah, I basically did it because I was bored driving in the car, that's all.
But your job, it's so exciting.
I bet that house is worth $400,000. And what did you say, $375?
Yeah.
You fuck.
You might want to coat a new paint there to kind of give it a better...
Yeah. What is that? Does that have a finished basement or a slab? What are we looking at? Help me out here, Jake.
Well, which one are you looking at?
Shut up. You crashing bore.
Poor Jake.
Buffalo with his fucking... Go assess some piece of shit. What do you got on here now, a suit and tie? Do you walk up to the house and shake the guy's hand with a big smile? Do you just hate your fucking life? Do you hate your life, Jake? Fess up.
Anthony.
Yeah.
I do not hate my life. I love you. And
okay, maybe we got off on the wrong foot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jake.
That's possible. I know. You guys just like to fuck with your colors.
Maybe you should assess your life and value it at 0. All right, Jake. Thank you, man.
All right, okay,
take it easy, shithead. I love our callers.
Yeah.
Value it at 0.
Actually, when I'm here, I love our caller.
Yeah.
I don't really take many calls.
Well, sometimes they have something interesting to say, and other times they offer nothing.
I'd say 99% of the time, nil, zippo, nothing. Like you just saw with Jake in Buffalo. Really didn't have anything.
No, they're a good time killer.
Knee-jerk guy. It's a Quincy, but see, I don't know. New Bill Hicks. All right, we're into Billy. This might be interesting. Let's go to Adam in Connecticut. Adam? Hi, sir.
I just want to say, first off, I love Danny. I think he's great on air and with his production bits. I love you, Danny.
Let's not make this about me.
Attaboy.
Okay. I just want to talk about, I just saw it opened up in UK. It's a new Bill Hicks documentary, and it looks really fucking awesome.
Yeah? What are they covering that we don't know already about the wonderful and talented and dead Bill Hicks?
Well, the one thing that I find interesting is that America will shit all over Bill Hicks and know dick about him. But in fucking Europe, he's huge. That's actually the first time I ever heard about Bill Hicks is when I lived in England.
Is anyone shitting on Bill Hicks here?
No, I don't think people shit on Bill Hicks here, sir. I think he's very respected.
Yeah, he's looked at very fondly.
By comedians. He's not respected by people who that like comedy a little bit. You know what I mean? If you're into comedy, yeah, you know who Bill Hicks is and you love him. But if you're not, if you're just once in a while you go to a comedy club or blah blah blah, you don't know who Bill Hicks is.
I think comedy connoisseurs, people that know comedy, even if you're not in comedy, I think they can appreciate Bill Hicks. But you know something, this guy might have a point.
He's not as mainstream famous here. He's not just known by people who casually watch comedy. One of the reasons I'm going to guess is because Bill Hicks was a very socially conscientious and poignant guy.
Yeah.
But here, there are a lot of those. Pryor, George Carlin. I mean, and they're all guys that did it better. And it's not to knock Hicks at all. He was a great comic from what I didn't study Hicks, so I'm going on reputation purely. But here you had Pryor. Here you had, guys that really, really made a living being very, very socially relevant. And what I've seen of most British comics, they're more silly, and I haven't seen that many that do that.
Well, I think one thing with Hicks, though, is that I think he touched on a lot of different things that people don't want to think about.
Yeah.
I think like Pryor and them, they talked about things that, there was, Pryor talked about the black and white issues and going back to Africa, saying the N-word, but Hicks talked about things that a lot of people, if you're a political person, you're like, oh yeah, haha, that's funny and stuff, but a lot of people don't want to hear the stuff that he was talking about. Like Bruce, Lenny, he was kind of considered like a Lenny Bruce type thing.
True.
Socially conscious stuff, but nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants,
The fact that I'm sorry, sir. The fact that you just said that you're kind of saying that Pryor talked about stuff that people were comfortable hearing about.
Yeah, not quite.
The most racially poignant comic ever. And he talked about it belligerently in a way, but not in a way to make you feel guilty to white audiences as well as black audiences. You're nuts.
I think Bill Hicks might have dropped dead a little too early to get that status of legend and people really knowing who he is. Just because, I don't think we got enough material out of him, to tell you the truth. Because you listen to all of his stuff. You can listen to his entire collection, and it doesn't span that many years or subjects. I would have loved to have heard Bill Hicks talk about radical Islam, 9/11, things like that would have been, fantastic for him as far as subject matter goes. But, he just wasn't around long enough.
And Carlin, to think that Carlin only addresses things people are comfortable with.
Oh, my
Carlin
God,
has been more brutal than Hicks and Pryor combined.
Yeah.
Especially
later.
If I could say one thing about Carlin, though, is that Carlin was so, and not to say, it's not taking anything away from Carlin. Carlin was amazing. Carlin was a professional. Carlin wrote down everything he ever did. Carlin was scripted. But one thing that I like about Hicks, what? Am I wrong, Anthony?
No, I just said, say Carlin again.
Yeah, that was his style of performing, yes.
Yeah, and one thing with Hicks I like is that sometimes he would just go off the cuff on something. He would, something would rattle his cage, and then he would go off on it. Fuck with everything he wrote,
Sir, I know what you're saying, but as a guy who performs stand-up, it doesn't make one more of a comic. Don't forget, by that point, Carlin had burned 10 separate hours on HBO. Or 8 separate hours. It's a little harder when you've done every subject to just go up there and riff without repeating yourself. So what you do is you create a new hour, and you know what you want to talk about, and you go up and do that. And by the way, Carlin knew he was like on a 2-year schedule to get it onto national television. He knew he was working towards getting this hour on HBO, and then it would be dead.
Yep.
So every one was a timed out. It's like doing books.
That's amazing. Yeah. It's like writing a book and doing it on stage.
Yeah.
And then throwing it away.
But the way he would attack abortion, come on, Carlin was brutal.
Yeah,
man.
children.
Yeah.
Wasn't very cushy.
No.
And cozy. Official trailer? What's the movie called?
American, the Bill Hicks story.
American, the Bill Hicks story. Official trailer. See what this is all about. Let's crank up a little volume as we listen in. In a time of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act.
Plenty
George
of people
Orwell.
say he is the best American comedian the country has ever produced. His influence lives on.
I'm going to share with you a vision that I have because I love you.
Get out! Get out! Take her out!
Hey, buddy, we're Christians. We don't like what you said. I said, then forgive me.
Please welcome Bill Hicks.
He was just completely unique, like he was from somewhere else.
Bill was just like a new breed of person. He was going to be the comic that shook people up.
We had this Iraq war thing happen. First of all, this needs to be said. There never was a war. How can you say that, Bill? Well, a war is when two armies are fighting.
Bill is searching for something to like take his comedy to other levels.
How about a positive LSD story? Wouldn't that be newsworthy? Today, a young man on acid realized that all matter is merely energy condensed to a slow vibration, that we are all one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. There's no such thing as death. Life is only a dream, and we're the imagination of ourselves. Here's Tom with the weather.
My voice was not heard. The questions were not asked that I wanted to see asked.
Bill had this desperate desire to get mainstream America to see his point of view.
And what you find out is they don't want you to talk about ideas on TV.
It's not enough just to make jokes about it. You have to kick over some tables. That's what being a patriot means, is that you question the powers.
You're right! You're right! Not those fuckers who want to tell you how to think! You're fucking right!
I think it's a powerful idea when you see somebody that believes so much in that kind of freedom.
As a fan
By the
of...
way, if anyone
Shut
here
up,
is in
Bill.
advertising or marketing, kill yourself. Thank you.
As a fan of Bill Hicks, I mean, there's no new material. That's just it. It's like, all right, it's going to be kind of cool. I'll see it when it's on cable. But, like, I've heard everything. I think I've heard everything.
I don't know why I never watched him. It wasn't to avoid him, or it wasn't to be different. Once I started doing comedy, I didn't want to watch the other guys.
Yeah. A lot of comics, it seems, they don't want to watch comics.
Yeah.
Kind of, what does it, taint you?
Yeah, you just don't want to. I don't want to know. I know Hicks on reputation only.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people that knew him, and it's funny when you see comics trying to be him. You see guys, because Hicks had a reputation of a guy. He was an original guy, and you see guys trying. Plus, the fact that he died young was absolutely But he was. I mean, he was very well respected before he died. That wasn't like that was it. I mean,
but that was a good career move.
That it does actually add to the legend.
Yeah.
But comedians, a lot of guys try to be him. They want to clear the room. They're not really trying to say something. They're saying something that they think is so outrageous that they want to clear the room. They're not saying things that they think they really want people to think about and laugh at.
And yeah.
Because they think they'll be legends if they clear the room. Sometimes you clear the room just because you're being an obnoxious cunt.
You're not being good.
Most opinions these days that aren't about race or Islamic terrorism, if you're just attacking middle-class white society, Midwest, you're not going to clear the room.
You're not really being that outrageous. No. You're not going to be shaking anybody up. Yeah. Go after Islam. Get in a room and go after Islam. Have you seen comics do that?
Sure. I've seen Nick DiPaolo.
What kind of reaction from the crowd? Are they uncomfortable?
Depends on how you paint it. It's a really weird thing.
With thermite paint. How about you paint it with that?
If they think. You have to let them off the hook in a way, meaning you tell them in a way where they can feel comfortable laughing at it because they're always going to look around. Mm-hmm. If you're a white guy attacking white people, they're much more comfortable. They don't have to look around.
Yeah.
But if you're attacking, whether it's a certain bullshit in black culture or bullshit in Islamic culture, that's not them. It's a lot safer for white people to laugh at the Midwest and middle-class white people because they're white people.
Yeah.
So you don't have to look around and see who's... But if it's anybody different, it's harder to make fun of a different culture, not just in some stereotypical way, but to really.
Oh, my head spins like Linda Blair's in a room.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this one. Let me tell you this opinion.
It all depends on how you do it, because sometimes if you're logical about it, I always try to do it to set it up in a way where, look, if you're offended by humor, you're an idiot. It's almost like you bring them into this place. And then by the time you're saying things that would offend them, they feel stupid being offended because they've already signed on to the fact that being offended is for faggots,
That's a talent. That's like
Just
the way you
technique.
describe it is because I know you're big into chess. You're big into chess, Jimmy, and it's almost like you're setting up the audience before you hit them with certain things so that they react in a predictable way, in a way that you want them to act.
Yeah, because what's going to happen is a lot of times their reactions with any comic are not based always on is it funny or not.
Mm-hmm.
There's the asterisk is the social implication. Do I agree? Do I not agree?
Yeah. You could present the same opinion, and that goes for stand-up comedy or just having a debate or a conversation with somebody. Yeah. It's sometimes the way you set it up. It has a huge bearing on how the person reacts to what you're saying. And you could say the same thing. You could have an opinion about, a certain race or whatever, and the way you set it up before you actually hit them over the head with your real opinion will dictate how they react to it.
Yeah, but the guy to call up and think that because Hicks riffed, or to think that Carlin was not quite or not up to because he was scripted is mind-boggling. Carlin, come on.
Yeah, Carlin was, especially later in his career. I mean, early on, he was definitely out there and giving his opinions, but later in life, he just didn't give a fuck.
He was doing live HBO
thought.
specials. He was going out live.
Yeah.
You know how hard that is to go out live from the Paramount and close your set with "There is no God," but not in a corny way,
right,
but to really break down religion to the people basically who are religious. And he broke it down so fucking logically, and it was so funny. It's one of the best bits ever.
I got a little sour on Carlin a few years before he died. Because I was kind of like, oh, he's just doing this angry guy thing where he just gets up and fuck everything, fuck everyone. Then I realized he was being sincere.
Yes, he was.
and there's a big difference in somebody just getting up there, doing the angry guy thing, getting off stage and being a different person. He was genuinely angry.
Me and Colin talked about Carlin, and he said he wished Carlin had addressed race more towards the end, which is true. But to me, it's not phony because George was not afraid to talk about anything. I mean, the way you can't think Carlin was afraid to be socially impolite when he went on at Comic Relief. Rich cunts don't want to eat. Fuck them. Guys that were doing that kind of material in front of those audiences.
Yeah.
He was basically attacking the ideology of the people in the room.
The people that were right there in front of him, yeah.
And for whatever reason, he was, a 70-year-old guy. Black race was not something that he got angry at from the point of view we do. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because he wasn't as affected by political correctness, I think, because he was so far above it and so beyond reproach with that stuff.
I think in his younger days, too, because in the 60s and stuff, he probably had a lot of experiences that might have, made it so he wasn't not comfortable talking about race, but just it wasn't as relevant as a lot of the other stuff that he wanted to talk about.
Because the people who were to committing the crimes that he saw were the church and white structure.
Right.
I think his attacks were very sincere. And I don't think when growing up, he was a beatnik from from the 60s. He saw blacks being fire hosed. That wasn't his experience.
Yeah. So he wasn't going to jump on that whole thing.
Phones are lit, but I guess a lot of Hicks fans.
Yeah. One guy wants to talk about Quincy. Another guy doing amateur comedy.
Quincy.
What
should I talk about with
Quincy?
They're all Hicks fans.
Let's see. Scott from Rockland County wants to talk about something about comedians. What, Scott? Hi, Scott.
Good morning, boys. How you doing?
Hey. Good. How are you?
Fine. What I wanted to say was what makes comedians of what I think great. Carlin, Pryor, Hicks, Jimmy, even you.
Not in that level, but thanks.
Well, I think so, but we'll see what happens down the road. But what makes them great is that they take things that people see every day on the news, people see in their world every day, and they have a certain opinion about it. Great comedians take those things and just completely turn them on their ear and look at them from even a slightly skewed perspective that's not only humorous, but it kind of makes you think about it. Like, even after you hear it, after the show, like, you know, if more people thought of that particular subject that way, it might make the world even a better place. Like it might make people less uncomfortable to talk about things like that.
A world
Like,
a better place.
I agree with you.
know.
I know what you're saying. You're saying that great comics make you think of things after you leave the show from just the point they were making. The audiences have gotten shitty, though, because they're not used to socially aggressive or relevant stuff on TV anymore. In the era where Carlin was coming up, and even right after before Hicks was All in the Family, and it was MASH, and it was things, whether you agreed or not, that did address real social issues.
Yeah, they put it in your face, yeah.
And there was edgier material. Now, comedy on TV is such fucking garbage, and this dumb country, we only accept real biting commentary comedically through cartoons. Because we really are a country of dumb motherfuckers.
Why the fuck is that?
Because we're dummies, and we don't have to look around the room because we're not cartoons. It's really weird. People need... Go ahead.
Yeah,
your show.
Sorry, you bring up cartoons. I think that's why I enjoy Family Guy so much. Is that it really takes shots at subjects and places that just no other TV show, nobody does it anymore.
But shouldn't real live human beings be able to get on television and do the same topics and material that is done on Family Guy and South Park and a few other shows that are addressing radical Islam, addressing pedophilia in the church, all kinds of issues like this? Why can't real live people get on a television show and do that, and even in a comedic way, and be accepted and laughed at and be praised as a great show, instead of having a group protest and have the show thrown off the air? A show, by the way, that would never get on the air in the first place. Wouldn't get past
Anthony, a child may be watching, at 10:30 at night, so we can't have that.
Well, have it at 10:30 at night. Who cares if if the show's good, people are going to watch it. But they won't allow real people to talk about that. You'd have, if they took a black stereotype and pounded that on a show, you'd have Reverend Al getting on there. If it was an Asian stereotype and you did something on that, you'd have Asian groups after you.
Right, but and if it comes down to interest groups, it comes down to that. God forbid somebody threaten a boycott and an advertiser getting mad. Unfortunately, that's the times we live in, which, again, it's completely confusing why Family Guy can tackle those subjects, but another sitcom can't.
It's not confusing, though.
You can't have it all in the Family today.
No.
Well, it's not confusing. I know what it is. People are fucking cowards. Yes, that would be a really bad All in the Family with
All in the Family. Just Carol O'Connor sitting in his chair rotting away.
Yeah, and big fat Rob Reiner and fat Sally Struthers talking to the kid who's 41.
All right, thanks a lot, Scott.
All right.
Yeah, that whole thing with the cartoons. Believe me, I think they're funny.
They're hilarious.
I saw South Park the other day with Cartman and the Kentucky Fried Chicken, where we went to get the Kentucky Fried Chicken, and they were totally doing Scarface. Yeah, they fucking threw the guy out of the helicopter and hung him. Awesome. That's fucking great. But you just can't do that. You can't have a cutting-edge sitcom that addresses that shit without it being just this fluff crap. You turn on the black shows, all the black shows, and it's just this fluff black show garbage. You turn on the white shows and it's just fluff white guy crap, and they don't want to really rattle people. Make it so you're sitting there watching, and like when you're watching South Park or Family Guy, there are moments where you go, holy fuck, did they just do that? I want to see a show where you say that, where there's real people on there. You'll never do that.
South Park and Family Guy, and even The Simpsons to some degree, get the reaction that stand-ups should be getting on TV and sitcoms should be getting on TV. And it's not a knock on South Park. It's a brilliant show. It's a knock on the cowards that run the industry.
Yeah.
They're so afraid of the letters, and they never defend the talent. It's really bizarre, man. What just a country of fucking... Kevin Brennan described as gotcha. Like, we like to get each other. Like this Hooker Lopez story.
Yeah,
this is what
gotcha.
we are. Like, look what he did. Look what he did. We're just fucking disgustingly phony.
But there's such a want from the public for shit like that. And I'm guilty of it, too. Look, I read it and be like, oh, George Lopez,
Yeah, but-
hey, he's a dirty, dirty boy. Look at what he's doing.
Yeah, but you know what you'll do? You'll talk about how you stuck your dick in somebody different. You're not a hypocrite because you're not pretending to be better than George Lopez. I'll never be self-righteous and judge him. He's terrible. He was dumb, but he's a fucking nice guy. And look, hey, I've done that.
He's Mexican.
But, oh. Is he Mexican?
I don't know what he is.
But why is it? That's the problem I have is people, if you're not talking about yourself as well, if you're not going to be self-revealing and yet you're going to shit on other people, you're a cunt.
Yeah. Then you're an asshole.
That you're a cunt.
If you're fucking demanding that your face be pixelated while you're ratting somebody out.
They're probably her hooker ads.
You think?
Yeah, that's probably why her face is pixelated. The ads probably have that.
Come on. They fucking got the stories from. They could have taken some pictures.
I agree.
And pictures of their faces. I'm sure they didn't want to be seen. What's the matter? Don't want daddy seeing what the fuck line of work you went into?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, Hewer? What a Hewer. You want to take a little break, see?
Yeah, I got a tinkle, sweetie.
All right, make wee-wee. And,
I would like to talk about Courtney Love at one point, because her and Kate Moss apparently had a fling.
yeah, huh? Wow. That's kind of hot.
Half of it is.
Skanky. Why, you're not into the Kate Moss thing?
No, not into Courtney Love.
Oh, not into Courtney Love. How long ago was it?
She actually,
don't tell. Let's tell after we get back.
A little T-E-A-S-E. B-R-B.
Is this the truth? The Opie and Anthony Show. The Virus. Sirius XM.
Ooh. We're rocking.
What is this?
Lacuna Coil.
Like that. Opie and Anthony Show.
Yes.
Hi, James.
Hi, sweetie pie.
Jimmy Norden. Here, Opie took the Friday off.
He was tuckered out.
Opie Stern is taking Friday off. he's got his newbie born baby. So he took the day off. What did he said he had 2 hours sleep over the past month?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
It's been a rough week for him.
It's been rough.
For the little fella.
For fatherhood. Wow. My God, man. What were we getting into there? The Courtney Love, I guess?
I don't even know if there's much there. She said she's having, I almost said apparently, and I thought of you, and I realized.
I know. See, I've been trying to, apparently, I'm not saying apparently as much, apparently.
He had, no, you just said a lot there. She said she had her and Kate Moss had a thing.
What kind of thing?
She said
a thing.
She said Kate wasn't doing a lot of drugs. It was just a thing that happened in Milan, I guess, in the 90s, a long time ago. She said it happened and it was fun. She doesn't really get into details, though. That
It's supposed to be like a lesbian story?
Yeah.
Is that what she's getting at? The thing?
She also said she said she's got a good vagina, but I don't know if she means herself or Kate.
Oh.
Because she also says she has a powerful vagina, but who?
Specify. A powerful vagina?
I'm getting bored with that. I thought it would be hot. I stand corrected. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Some fucking doped out idiot and some skinny chick licked each other's cunts in Italy. Good for them. Ooh, how racy. Gives a shit. I can go on YouTube and watch a Japanese bride having her face shit in. Ooh, did you lick her nipples? that non-titillating story.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
I stand corrected.
Oh, it is true, man. You just can see anything now. Anything. Free porno. Rules.
Yeah, it's just, what do I care for? Ooh, how naughty. Like if Demi Moore or somebody I really think is very sexy had one, or Megan Fox. If Megan Fox said Scarlett Johansson was tinkling and I licked her vag clean in a stall, that I would jerk off to.
That would be hot.
Holy mackerel, would it?
With her funny thumbs.
Oh, yeah.
The one with the funny thumbs.
I put two of my little fucking child toe thumbs in Scarlett Johansson's fat shitter, and she cut the cheese. She cut the cheese on my knuckles.
Do you think Scarlett Johansson's got, kind of a big dumper
But
on
I
her?
say fat in a juicy way, not, Yeah, she has a great ass.
It's like right on the, right on the upper level?
I've just seen it be nice. I don't remember it standing out in any kind of way like, yep, it's nice. Wowee.
That's her
that's a good
right
ass. Yeah.
Let's take a little look. Wow.
That's a Come on, Sam.
Nice, Sam. Sam.
Sam, you gotta find the ass, Sam.
Page not found. Wow.
Wow, yeah, she has a great chin.
Holy shit.
Holy.
Was that Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah.
No.
That girl does.
Jesus.
Just find Scarlett Johansson,
That looked
Sam.
like,
You got fucking Jake Johansson.
Now what the fuck? Oh, god damn.
That's all right.
Blow that up. Hit the fucking expand button.
Imagine opening that. She's very pale. You just take a little whiff.
Yeah. She's like totally naked in that one, laying down on her stomach.
Blue velvet.
With her fucking, like her ass sticking up.
And her fat, heavy tits being blocked by her arm. She has big, fat, heavy tits.
Yeah.
I want to weigh them on a scale. And then say, holy Toledo.
Holy Toledo.
Yeah, that's what you do. I like to grab a girl's big, fat tits and go, holy Toledo.
I'm sure they would really love that.
Oh, they love it when you talk sexy. I was here last night. I came for the Ozzy listening party.
Yes.
Because, of course, it was not a publicized event, really. Ozzy was here last night only. Supposedly we're going to get him in June when he's promoting the album.
You got to hang out with the Oz?
I said hi to him. I can never tell if he really remembers me, but I don't take it personally. It's not like I know. You know, he's always been very nice and cool. And, you know, again, he said when he fell off the ATV, you know, it just messed his head up even, you know, fucked his memory up a little bit more.
That's fucked up.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
But Sharon was great. We chatted for a while.
Yeah, she knows you.
Oh, she loves me. Yeah. Sharon's great. And we talked.
Oh, I feel bad for you that Ozzy doesn't just be like, it's not like, hey, Jimmy.
You know what? I thought of it, and it's like, it's the guy is so overwhelmed with people. I've met people that I just, on my minuscule level, where I mean something to them, and I was like, oh yeah, I did do your radio show. Oh yeah, like, and I'm pretty focused. After all these years of meeting all these people in all these countries, I mean, I just got to deal with 3 states that I sell tickets in. He's fucking, you know, he sells everywhere in the world. It's got to be very overwhelming. So it probably takes a lot of experience with a person before you really, before his mind allows him to all right, let's file this person as somebody that
everybody.
Yeah,
I could give a shit.
It's hard, man, because it's like you got a million things going on.
Who are you? My old high school principal?
Exactly.
Fucking Rupert Pupkin. You brought the enemy. Fucking creep.
Was he trying to be funny when he said that?
Oh, yeah. I got to see that movie again.
Yeah,
God
I haven't
damn,
watched King
great.
of Comedy in quite a
King
while.
of Comedy rules. Jesus Christ. So,
I asked her about Bret Michaels.
Yeah.
And she was just telling me, I guess the story was out already, but I didn't know it, that he had been hospitalized. He's like a hole in his heart.
And he had some kind of a warning stroke?
Yeah.
Or something? Well, that just doesn't, I don't know.
They found a little hole in his heart, I think. I don't know if that's genetic or, I guess it is. How else do you get a hole in your heart?
Well, it's a little song about it.
What?
There's a hole in your...
It said
that
both...
can only be...
He had a warning stroke at the Sent Hospital. He had a hole in his heart.
Can't be filled
Who's
with
that?
the things you do wholehearted. Wholehearted.
Who's that? Who is that?
Extreme. Remember Extreme?
Wow.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah. I'd like to dedicate this song to Bret Michaels, hospitalized again. Had what they call a warning stroke, and he's got a hole in his heart. They say they're going to be able to fix it, and he should be able to have 100% recovery and start performing. This is for you, Bret. Hey. Time is 8:25. Going to get up to about 80 degrees today, so enjoy your weekend. Could have said something else.
Yeah, you should have went, please do.
Yeah, please do.
Hole in his fucking heart, man.
Yeah. Does the chorus come around quick? Rivers flowing. Yeah. Could you tell me and Joe did this acoustically 8,000 times? The Cumia Brothers live on stage with Joe playing his 12-string and harmonizing like fucking the brothers can harmonize. See the hole in the heart part right there. There's a hole in Brett's heart. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah. Aw. All right, enough of that.
I'll say.
So is he? What are the doctors saying? Because this looks like one of those damage control things where they're like, yeah, he's fine, and then yeah, he's back in the hospital again. But don't worry. And then a couple of days later, you get that Ronnie James Dio news.
Yeah, Dio seemed like he was doing better.
Yeah.
And people had speculated, by the way, it was really bizarre to me that people had speculated, well, would Ozzy and Sharon say anything bad about Ronnie because they had that right? I was like, no.
Why would they do
that? Of course not. But she mentioned him. And she was like, can you believe Ronnie? Like, she was really bothered by it. She was very sad about it. Yeah. So anyone that thinks that because of that dopey Sabbath rivalry that they would have anything negative to say about a guy who died is just...
Yeah.
It was terrible. He's a fucking nice guy. And
I know.
Seemed like he was doing better.
Voice. Just awful.
Not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That's amazing, yeah, because he was very influential in metal.
40-year career.
Definitely.
Just no respect metal.
You could just pick so many hair bands and stuff that just completely copied his singing style.
Absolutely, and, it doesn't matter.
And he got nothing.
No.
Well, not nothing.
It had to bother him, too, on some level, I think. I think he said it in one of our interviews that, it would be nice to be in and to be recognized, and he should have been.
Maybe there was a height requirement.
Oh, poor little fella.
Just a slight man.
He must be this high to get into the Hall of Fame.
He was a little
I would have carried him. He was slight of build.
Put him on your shoulders and wear a big trench coat like you're a tall man.
Yes. Just pretend that I'm all Ronnie.
It just sucks. What are you doing? Are you doing anything with the Ozzy connection?
Maybe I have, I got something I'm doing with Ozzy today. A little interview.
Oh, that's...
One-on-one.
That's actually very fucking cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be probably 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It's premiering the new album. It's not for air yet. It'll come up in time.
And when, where is this going to be done?
We are doing it. I actually don't know yet. There was speculation it was going to be in a radio facility. I don't think they know yet because he's doing a minimal amount of like pre-stuff for the album comes out in June.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like all this pre-press. He's not actually doing press for it yet. Just a little, whatever. I don't know what the fuck the album schedule is. The publicist behind is a machine. Like they know.
Of course, yeah. Are you a little nervous?
Yes and no. I mean,
well, one or the other.
A part of me is, but I'm not as nervous as I think I should be.
Yeah.
Because I know I've talked to the guy before. I have a shitload of questions to ask him. So it's like,
Are you going to be able to take a breath and slow down?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I hope not. I want to, I want to hear something about a dress. The dress.
Yeah. Your glasses are dark. You were talking. Can you see me? Do you remember me? The tribute. I was on the tribute. You always be prepared. It's funny. Tony Dennis, who's Ozzy's assistant, who's a very fucking nice. Anyone that's ever seen Ozzy live, the guy that runs out on stage and that will like clean off the monitor or pick up beach balls that get kicked on, that's Tony. He's been with Ozzy since 1981. He's the only guy on stage besides Ozzy or Sabbath who'll run out and grab stuff. He's like, so you're looking forward to tomorrow? He's a little Irish guy. I'm like, yeah, we're Scottish. Hi. And he's like, you prepared to get your questions? I'm like, yeah, because people go in and probably think they're ready and they just freeze. And he goes, yeah, it's happened in all countries. People just get so, because sometimes Ozzy's a little hard to understand. And, you know, who knows? You just can't walk in there and think, I'll wing it for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
You better have fucking questions.
Ooh. And what type of, I mean, you obviously look at things a little differently than other people. You're not going to be asking the same type of questions that a lot of people would ask. You're a little closer to Ozzy, and Ozzy meant a lot to you growing up. Is that going to come into a play?
I'm going to probably go, so how'd you get your start? Where are you from?
Tell us about the bat.
Yeah, did you bite the bat's head off? Are they delish? Oh, we got him. Beautiful.
Wow. Yeah, we didn't even plug this.
I did not realize. We have, I hope I say the last name right because I'm an ass, Henry Ian Cusick. Who plays Desmond on Lost, who I think is one of the best characters and one of the deepest characters, and who has pushed the story forward tremendously. Are you here, Henry?
Yes, I am. Hi.
Hi, sorry about that. We didn't know you were on a hold. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good.
Do you prefer Ian?
Yeah, that's right, Ian.
Ian.
All right, I've already annoyed him. I apologize.
Ian.
5 minutes. So, yeah.
So how do you feel? Sunday is the end of a very successful run of Lost. A lot of people are having Lost parties and everything. How do you feel? You feel happy to be maybe moving on, or you're going to miss this?
It's kind of bittersweet. I am happy. We've all known it's going to end, and I'm looking forward to watching it. But I am going to miss it. This has been probably it has been the best job I've ever had in my life. I've had to live. I got to live in Hawaii. Got to play this great character. Got to be in this amazing show. So it's sort of bittersweet.
A lot of people credit you, The Constant. We interviewed the guy who plays Nestor, Richard Alpert, the other day, and he said that he thinks The Constant is the best episode of Lost shot. Do you have a favorite one that you actually weren't in?
My favorite is actually Nestor's episode, the one that was recently with his backstory.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah.
I think that Lost is at its best when it's sort of explaining the new characters, not new characters, explaining characters' backstories, and we have this sort of mutual appreciation society going on. He loves Constant, and I love his episode. So.
Yeah, it's one of these things. I kind of wish they would have explored like a little bit of the newer characters, because they throw Zoe and all these, who I was a fan of, but there was some weird online criticisms that people were saying that they should have given backstories and stuff. I wonder why they didn't do that this year.
Basically because they had no time, you could argue that we could have gone for another season, but they had to find an end date, and they knew what they had to get to, so but they had no time.
Yeah, they've gotten some really great actors this year, though. Like the woman who played the mother, I thought in the Jacob episode was excellent. They've really had, and Zoe was tremendous. She was my favorite new character. She was good. Really? Yeah, I just wish that there was more of a backstory.
He's being sarcastic.
No, I'm not. I actually liked her.
Really? What did you like about it?
I just thought that she actually was kind of like an out of place person thrown into a job, and I kind of wish that they would have showed how she got there. Like, cause she seemed like she belonged in an office somewhere, and then here she's on an island holding a rifle. I wish they would have just showed a little bit of who she was.
I agree. I think she had a thing with Whitmore. That was my, when I was working with her, I used to think, well, because I would ask those questions as well. I would say, well, who are you? How did you get here? What's your relationship with Whitmore? And I think she was secretly madly in love with him.
Oh, you think that maybe she was the secretary that he just took along on the trip?
She winds up getting a throat slit.
What is the weirdest twist? Because I know you guys don't see the entire season written out. What is the weirdest twist that you that they threw at you over the last couple of years that you were just like, what the hell is this?
When I first joined the show in season 2, and I sort of, first script I had was that I said things like I was nearly a doctor, and then I was going to be a monk, and then a soldier, and then a set designer. So every time they gave me a script, I was always thrown sort of a curveball. I had no idea. I thought I knew where things were going, and then they would, sort of tell me that.
Well, I swear I was ready to crack up the last episode because I thought you were just going to plow into Locke in that wheelchair again. It was a very kind of dark but hysterically funny moment because I think everybody was sitting there going, "Oh no, he's not going to hit him again."
I saw that episode at UCLA in a theater with 1,800 people, and the reaction. I filmed that episode, and I didn't even think that when I saw it with those 1,800 people, as soon as I turned the key and they just erupted, they started laughing.
Yeah, and it's odd that is such a funny thing because it's it's tragic. Here's a poor guy in a wheelchair. He's just been hit by a car. He's just coming back. They're welcoming him back, and when you turn that key, it was like, no, not again.
And then Michael Emerson turns and goes, no, not again.
Yeah, he smacks the hood of your car. By the way, what is 1/100th of a dollar?
Wow, it's 5:30 in the morning. Are you kidding me?
Just want to hear you say it. Penny. It's a penny. Everybody's ragging me to have you say it. Yeah, I don't know. People are very. You're very endearing when you say penny.
Ready? Thank you.
Do you miss her?
To trick him.
She's not on the show this year that much at all. They really made some odd decisions. Like Juliet wasn't on this year, who I also loved. Is it because they had other contractual obligations, or was it purely storyline driven? Because I always thought there was room for these two.
Yeah, I think that was storyline. she did turn up in Happily Ever After, and you may well see her again in the finale. So, but I think it was more storyline than anything.
Okay, they didn't have a lot of room for her. Is there anything that you've been disappointed in? It doesn't have to be this year, but any kind of thing you thought might be going in a direction, and it went into a direction that you didn't love?
You know, after season 2, you just sort of give it up. You know, you give it over to the writers and say, well, this is your story. You tell the story. I'm an actor in the show. You know, and the stuff they've come up with for my character, anyway, has just been fantastic. It's out of this world. It's better than I could have ever thought of. So
yeah, you really did become a pivotal character.
Yeah, you know, I've really enjoyed what they've done with my character, even though I've not been in the show. Season 6, I've only sort of turned up towards the end, and I guess I was disappointed that I wasn't in it more sometimes. But then again, it's about you know, quality rather than quantity. What I've been given is just it's been beautiful. So
yeah, your moments have been tremendous. I like those lost moments you have. Like a great one was between you and Charlie. I thought that was a great moment this year. And when you said about Locke, I'm not going to hurt him, I'm going to help him let go. Like you tend to have some of the strongest and most memorable moments on the show.
Thank you. You know, I didn't write it, but thank you anyway. You're right. No, I have had some great moments with Dominic Monaghan, and you know, even before that, when he was you know, not swimming out the window. Not Penny's boat. All those moments were, you know, were pretty cool that I was involved.
Yeah.
What is the feeling when a guy like that, who was there from the beginning, and I guess he's married to Evangeline Lilly, right?
No, I don't.
Oh, they just.
He's not married to Evangeline. No, I don't think so.
No, they're just dating then, or they were dating. What is the feeling when a guy like that is being killed off the show and leaving the show? Is it like everybody's kind of feel sad for him, or what is the vibe when a character's being killed off?
A sense of disbelief. I remember when it first happened, I couldn't believe it. I thought, what? Dominic's out of the show, and he was, you know, he kept himself to himself. And then as we were filming the final episodes, it was very, very moving. He was upset, I think, but the stuff he was given was very moving. And I thought, filming it, being there with him when he was doing it, he was amazing, much strong. Well, you don't see the stuff that was going on off camera, but he was really, he blew me away with his final stuff in the boat, and it was so, you know.
Were people around him sad that the mood was kind of depressing because you knew you weren't going to see this guy at work anymore?
It wasn't depressing. It was just, it was emotional rather than being depressing, if you know what I mean. You know, there was a sense of him saying goodbye to it. He was doing some great work, and there was a sense that he's dying, and he's also going to be leaving the show. You know, and I thought he was phenomenal in his final episode.
Now, do you know the ending, and if so, are you happy with it?
You know, I know what's on the page, you know, but what's on the page doesn't necessarily mean in the final episode, or it could change, or the way it's cut, the way it's edited, the way they add music. So I know what's on the page, except for one little scene. I don't know what's in one scene. But I know that when I see it, it's going to be different. And it's always different when you see things. Things that might be left out, you know, things are going to be in a different way. So I'm really excited about seeing the finale.
I think everybody is.
It's Sunday. At what time it starts? Isn't there a 7 o'clock? They're showing the pilot, or how's that working? What are they showing on Sunday? Do we know?
Yeah, it's going from 7 in the morning until I think.
I'm sorry, it's a 2-hour recap show from 7 to 9 p.m., not the pilot. 7 p.m. recap show, and then the final episode is from 9 to 11:30 on ABC. It's a 2.5 hour, kind of like the last MASH was. Big finale. Where are you going to watch it?
I'm going to be in LA. I've got a reunion, a high school reunion soccer game. So
jeez, really?
Bizarrely enough, and then we're going to go. I think I'm going to watch it with Damon and Carlton. They're having a little party somewhere in LA. And
you're going to be on Jimmy Kimmel afterwards.
You know, I don't know if I'm going to do that. I'm not sure.
Look at you.
Ah, all right.
Look at him.
Apparently, there's some kind of a big problem between him and Jimmy Kimmel. All right. Well, they're saying that you have a lot of phoners to do, but we appreciate the call in. We're big fans, and I love your work in particular on the show. You're tremendous.
I hope you enjoy this finale.
All right, man. Thanks.
Sure
Good
will.
luck to you in the future.
Thanks, man.
All right. Thanks a lot. it.
Bye, Henry.
Ian
I call him Henry.
Cusick. And Lost Sunday.
Yeah.
Can't wait. He is one of those
He's
just
great,
pivotal
man.
characters. What a great head of hair on him, too.
Yeah.
His big wavy head of hair. What a handsome gentleman.
Yeah. Tremendous actor.
I tried to get him to say penny.
When you asked what was 1/100th of a dollar.
Yes.
Why don't you just say, what's the name of the woman? Penny.
No, I wanted to trick him.
But you didn't have to trick him.
But I wanted to trick him. It's a Lost thing. I was trying to trick him.
Why did
you can't trick him.
Then why didn't you say...
He's the constant. He can't be tricked.
Who was the daughter on Good Times who got beaten? Who was Malona's...
He might have dropped the N-bomb.
Oh, Anthony.
Goddamn. Yeah.
I forgot
he's just in. Yeah, he's a really fucking good character on that. Good actor. It's sort of I bet it's pretty odd for some of these people because the show has just been pretty much the fucking show of the decade.
Yeah.
One of the most talked about shows. I think historically, when people look back, it's going to be one of those iconic kind of decade-defining
Right.
shows like The X-Files was and
Sure.
things like that. And it's kind of hard to move on from that. If you're an actor that hasn't been recognized a lot for previous work, now you're going to look at him and think, Desmond. You know, you watch some of these other shows and people from Lost show up on him, and you're like, all right, I know that person, I know that. It kind of, I bet it's difficult for these guys. Like, what the fuck is Hurley going to do after Lost? Where you're not going to see him and go, it's Hurley.
I've never looked at him the same because we were watching one time and it was on the beach and it was just like looked like really hot and my chick went, ugh, you know how bad he must smell in the heat? And that's all I've ever thought of now when I see Hurley is how bad he must smell in the heat. It just wrecked him for me.
It's it. You can't even look at him now.
That's all I think of is how bad he must
Yeah.
smell, even though he's a great character.
Is that his sexy picture
that's
you found of him?
That's his sultry. Got the hand in the pocket.
Yeah.
His giant T-shirt.
Tater tots in there, ready to pull him out and shove him in his maw.
You think he might have lost a few.
I know, right? How do you not lose some weight walking through the fucking rainforests?
By the way, did everybody catch my phony? I was being very phony.
Oh, yes, you were. That you enjoyed the acting
Zoe.
of Zoe. You're an asshole.
And then you told him I was being sarcastic, and he was like, all right, what do you like about her? And I had a good answer to actually convince him that I liked her.
I know. You suck.
I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
a good. I should have been on Lost.
People are having Lost parties. It's just amazing.
I am too.
This is, are you? What are you going to be doing?
It's in my balls, and the fucking characters are going to shoot out into a young lady's mouth. You know, and then your number will be lost.
Your T cells will be lost.
Yep. Now get lost. Suck my dick and get lost.
That'll be Jimmy Sunday night.
Absolutely. And I'll put my fucking ass cheeks in front of your nose and let you see the smoke monster. What do you think of that?
Wow.
Fucking if your pussy stinks, it's gonna make me Hurley into the toilet. Oh, hey, I don't want to eat your asshole. It tastes like a penny.
A penny? Yeah, don't show up. I'll just jack it. Oh.
Who's that?
Is that Hurley and his chick?
Wow.
His chick is skinny. Who is she? Is she an actress or something?
Pretty girl.
She looks kind of familiar.
What's her name?
Hurley's girlfriend, it seems to be.
Bethany Lee?
Her.
Bethany Lee Shady.
Ooh.
Oh, Slim Shady.
Yes.
Wow. What does she do? What do she?
Apparently gets on top.
Fucks the old fat man.
He's a good character, though, man.
Yeah.
He's had some great moments.
Yeah. Some funny lines.
Wow, she's really pretty.
God damn.
She's a writer who's appeared in a couple episodes as like a background character.
Ah, the extras that are walking back and forth that do nothing. Especially the beginning. Early on the show, on the beach, when they're just camping. There were so many extras just walking back and forth behind him.
Yeah, and like just doing things to get on camera, like Ray's like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, waving their arms around, way in the background, blurry because of the depth of field.
He couldn't get her a talking line. She probably said, you know how many arguments they've had? She's probably like, I've been fucking your fat ass for 6 years. You can't get me a talking line?
Get me on the show, asshole.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she ain't bad. He's doing all right for himself.
She's beautiful.
You think he'd score that if he wasn't on the show?
Not even if he really owned the chicken place and won the lottery.
Penny.
Richard Widmore.
That's fantastic.
There's a guy on the phone. He wanted to ask Desmond what his favorite pasta is.
Penne. I like penne. Which writing utensil do you like? A or B? Penne. Penne.
A pen.
No.
Number 1 pen. Letter A pen. Pen, letter A. The first one, pen.
No, you're missing my point.
A Bic. I like a Mont Blanc, dude. A Mont Blanc.
Mont Blanc. I can't use the iPad without thinking of Bobby Kelly now. Every time I'm using it, I'm thinking, boom, I'm doing this, bam, there I go, And then people accusing me of lying and saying I bought it. But Mohegan Sun gave it to me. And it's I'm kind of digging it.
They're now accepting cash, by the way.
I'm kind of liking it. Yeah.
Fucking assholes. Good. Pricks.
I enjoy browsing. I enjoy browsing the web with the iPad more so than I do on a computer. I'm going to say it.
Really?
That's what I'm saying. You know why? It's easier to...
Can I guess why?
Manipulate.
Guess.
Guess.
Because you're a queer.
Yes. Because I am a queer. As Jimmy has just said, a queer.
I was just guessing.
Because you can scroll around easier with the touch screen.
Right.
You could blow shit up, Well, not explode, but you take your 2 fingers and you make shit bigger. I like that. It's a good read. To read off of it, it's very easy. It's better than a laptop or a computer screen.
You know how annoyed midgets must get because their little dumb fingers don't open far enough to make things bigger on the iPad?
They got to do it like 15 times.
Or they got to use their 2 just both hands.
Ugh.
And they drop it.
Would you use an iPad? Would you use an iPad that a midget used?
No, because he's a
greasy,
big, thick, big tear stains on it. He'd use it as an iPhone. Colin, I was going to say he would use an iPhone as an iPad. I fucked up. I got nervous because Colin's on 12.
You did. Colin's on 12. Let's say Colin Quinn.
I use my iPad all the time. My fingers are fine on it.
What are you up to, Colin?
Nothing. I heard you guys were talking about me. I heard you guys were talking to Bushid.
No, actually, I was complimenting your tweets. I'm finally following you on Twitter.
Oh, it's high time.
And you do Twitter a lot.
I do.
That's good. It's Colin in Morse code.
Where are you calling from?
My home.
Oh, you got an iPhone. Terrible reception.
Oh. Yeah.
No, I'm not calling my iPhone. I'm calling my lousy home phone.
You still have a cord phone in your house?
The reception's so bad that on my landline it sucks too.
Yeah, I was commenting on your tweets. You tweet a lot, but they're entertaining.
Thanks.
Like Colin's got thoughts in his head, and he'll tweet them.
Well, that's the whole thing about me. I have a real crazy streak in me. By the way, every night at the cellar, I've been making Chip Chipperson appear.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, Chip. Colin loves Chip.
I've been forcing Chip out. And I can tell Jen is really starting to get annoyed by it, too.
Yeah.
She smiles and she's like, this prick. She used to really like me. She's like, Colin. Now she looks at me like, hey, what's up?
Everybody in the fucking... William Stevenson hosts there a lot. Chip makes his fucking stomach acid come up.
No, he wants to punch Chip in the face. He told me on the day when you weren't there. He goes, I want to punch him in the face.
He really despises. There's something about it. I don't know what it is that really resonates with people, as they say.
Yeah, people get very upset. They don't like Chip. Yeah. What do you do? What do you have planned for your day? What does Colin do on a Friday?
Yeah.
I'll just rehearse my show and I have to go meet some advertising agency and shit for the show.
Are you always busy? Do you have any downtime? Colin seems very busy.
I do seem busy.
Yeah. If you're just
passing time until I die, like everybody else.
If you're just alone sitting around, do you feel like bad?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to be doing stuff.
Well, no, there's just always some shit to do. I feel like.
Yeah, you don't just sit around and watch TV and think you wasted a day.
No, that's what my whole life has been, sitting around watching TV and wasting days.
Oh, so you're recently
when I'm busy,
motivated?
I don't like it,
So now you're just recently motivated?
I don't know. I'm just, it's just the circumstances are making me busy.
Oh, well, that's good, I guess.
Yeah.
Unless you like, sitting around doing nothing. I kind of like sitting around doing nothing.
Yeah, it's
I'm
fun.
what they call lazy.
Yeah, but you're not really lazy. You sit around, then after a few minutes, you get up and clean your guns.
Yeah, I do that, yeah.
You walk over, you look at a couple of pictures of the Luftwaffe on your coffee. You have a coffee book table of, like, some of the great funny days at Treblinka, like...
funny days?
It's called Candid Shots from the Guard Tower.
You think there are any of those? Yeah.
I'm sure there are somewhere in Germany. There's got to be.
Candid shots.
Because Germans love cameras so much, you know what I mean? Like, they're such big camera photograph takers.
Yeah. Very big in lens making, of course. Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
It's a German lens. You ever see Mean Streets? It's a German lens. It's a Jap adapter.
I do have a lot of books, a lot of the big coffee table picture books from the era, from World War II and Hitler, Nazi things.
Yes, you do.
A lot of books.
Did you ever watch The Pacific? How about that new HBO series, Pacific?
Yeah, not as good as Band of Brothers. Yeah, if I didn't see Band of Brothers, I probably would have thought this was really good. But
I never seen it, but I'm working on one for people who live around here. It's going to be called The Atlantic Ocean.
That's pretty goddamn funny, Chip. That's pretty damn good. You got to give him credit.
You do. He's just he's a laugh riot.
Anthony, one of the things I love the most about Chip is if you watch him after he's done talking, he's talking to somebody. Unless it's one of the few people he trusts, I don't know how he feels he likes you. He gets this furious fucking look in his eyes.
Yes.
It's like so fucking angry just from a life of fucking abuse and just, he would have easily been a Nazi follower. Like,
yeah.
You told him to kill. Like, under his sterling sense of humor, there's an angry heart.
Yeah,
One time I had him meeting Greg Giraldo, and he's talking to Greg Giraldo, but Greg Giraldo was like, and then he immediately swiveled his head back to me because it was like uncomfortable, like it was a new person. He gets a little strange around new people.
Well, Chip doesn't know Greg. Giraldo is also, I have to say, a Chip supporter.
Yes, I'm sure he is. But, I mean, now he's probably more comfortable around him. But that first time, I just noticed when there's strangers in the midst, Chip zeroes back into the comfort zone,
Yeah, and Chip's mouth gets very tight, like, a little pursed lip thing. And
a mean-mouthed little fuck, yeah.
Yeah, and his eyes get very angry.
Yes.
Because no one's really laughing at his jokes.
They do so laugh. You keep cracking everybody up. I went on last night, and this guy had on his checkered shirt. So I said, hey, what's everybody doing? Having a picnic on you as soon as we get out of here?
Sadly, that would have killed Chip.
You're right. It really would. Oh, here's why else we were talking about you, too. I was talking about bombing and how we handle bombing and how, like, there's different ways to handle it. Like, sometimes Nick handles it. Like, if one person groans, all of a sudden they're all liberal NYU cunts.
Yeah.
But you're interesting because if the crowd doesn't laugh, you very rarely will shit on the audience or snap at them or give them, as long as they're not talking, you seem to just take it in stride and not, which I'm always kind of envious of.
Yeah, some girl the other night was, I ran into some girl, I had to leave. I did something at Gotham. I'm leaving. There's this kind of cute girl outside smoking a cigarette, and some other girl I know is like, hey, and I'm like, joking with him. I think I'm joking. I go, what the hell happened? I just got off like I had a good set, and there's one girl with a cigarette. She goes, I was just telling her, I'm not your biggest fan. And I go, what? I go, what? She goes, you dig too hard for a laugh. And I was like, oh,
God, what a cunt.
So then I just talked to the other girl and going down with, who's a friend of mine, but can you imagine? She goes, I'm not your biggest fan.
Oh, don't you hate people?
Yeah, because you always think everybody loves you. If you're a comedian, you think, unless you're bombing right there, and,
Yeah.
they all hate you. Otherwise, you're like, everybody loves me. I'm hilarious.
I'm hilarious, especially out on the street. Some girl with a friend.
There's always one person person. You know what I mean? It fucking has to do shit like that.
It's just got to fuck you over. You thought you were out of the club. You did a good job.
I had a great set. I was like, yeah, things are good, you know.
Shit, what a bitch.
Yeah.
Fuck her.
So
You're funny. Damn Colin.
We were also talking about Hicks, because there's like a Hicks documentary coming out. You knew Hicks, right? Were you a Hicks fan? I literally have never seen his act.
Yeah, I knew him, of course. It was good. I would be. It's more interesting for me because I mean that was so long ago. But it's more interesting. Like I really would love to have seen him in the past 10 years. You know.
Yeah, I was just saying that. Like, yeah,
you can't really tell where. I mean, he was at the top. If you look at it now, you're like, oh, he was politically correct and all that stuff. Because at that time, you know what I mean. It wasn't. You know what I mean. But it'd be interesting because I remember seeing him the last few times he was going on. And I could tell he was turning a little, because he'd be like, yeah, man, he was in New York, which can make anybody turn anything. He's like, yeah, I saw this bum came up to me. Not a homeless guy. This guy was a bum.
Oh, okay.
Not a homeless guy. A bum. And he was like getting into little shit like that. So, you know, he had kind of a temper in that way. So I got a feeling he would have been, it wouldn't have been what you guys were probably saying. I could just picture the two of you saying, well, he was politically correct.
No, he didn't say that.
I got the whole conversation right down in my head.
I didn't say he was politically
correct. You guys
correct.
are completely wrong. Jim, you're completely wrong with you.
He's already got
But I didn't say that.
Well, you were out of line, and you're wrong.
Hicks didn't strike me as a politically correct guy, not the reputation he had. What I said is too many guys try to be him because they think that clearing the room... Like, one thing, again, and I'm going on reputation, but when he cleared the room and people left, he really was doing material, and he was doing material that meant something to him and that he thought was funny. People will try to be purposefully shocking just to clear the room because they think it makes them legends or interesting.
Right, I agree 100%. And it all goes back to people try to be like Lenny Bruce. When they do like when Lenny Bruce, you know, went after the Catholic Church in 1960, that was dangerous.
Very.
In 1960.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
Now,
There's
not so
no
much.
blowback today.
Yeah.
And people will sit there and they'll say Catholic jokes, and the whole audience is in on it, too. They were really going to get it together, too, but, you know what I mean? Because they'll be, like, laughing. And then somebody brings up Islam, people are like, whoa, somebody meaning me. And they're like, whoa, whoa.
Somebody meaning me.
And the crowd gets a little... Like, last time, talking about the immigration issues, and I could just feel it getting so tense. And I'm like, hey, you don't know how to... Like, people don't know how to react because they just... You know, barrage with this shit all day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you bring up the immigration thing and...
they get tense immediately unless you're immediately going, hey, Arizona's racist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, unless you take that politically correct thing with, you know, hey, fuck Arizona.
Exactly.
And everyone will go, yeah. Shut up.
They're afraid of any type of... My theory was that it's like white people are very comfortable just laughing at white people. Like, when you think of the church, you think of mostly white people. You think of the Midwest. They don't have to look around the room because they're white, so it's an acceptable target.
Right.
But they don't want anything that they have to look around the room for, which would be Islam or any type of race.
Yeah.
Someone with a bomb strapped to him.
Yeah, somebody exactly with a ticking shirt.
Fucking
No, so it is true.
Savages.
If you really want to talk about it, every TV show, every popular like comedy makes fun of like white culture. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not whether they're funny or not, but that's the acceptable target. You know, just mocking this kind of white. You know, every business. It's just that white culture. That's all they can make fun of.
Yeah, it really is corny and safe. And look, it's up for... They can trash the church all they want. I don't care. But don't think you're dangerous doing it, and don't think you're being really edgy doing it.
Yeah, take somebody in a sitcom and have them meet up with some obviously Islamic gentleman and make a really funny terrorist-related joke.
Yeah.
You would never see that on a sitcom. Never.
And that's why I feel, getting back to the beginning, that Jim is wrong about Bill Hicks. Bill Hicks would talk about that kind of stuff, Anthony. And I just think Jim is out of line saying what he's saying about Bill.
Jim is out of line. Consistently out of line, yes.
Well, the two of you can put your little heads together and come up with any scenarios fucking you that you may want. But I certainly did not say. I don't think Hicks would have been PC.
No.
At all.
I would have liked to have seen his take on this radical Islam and 9/11 and things like that, though. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, I think he would have had mixed feelings, because let's face it, he was a lefty commie in many ways. But on the other hand, he was a Texas guy, which is where the entire army is from, Texas. Anthony, you should move to Texas and do the show there.
Oh,
I
that'd be
think-
great.
You know why you won't, though? No, it wouldn't be great for you. Because you want to be the only gun owner of that many guns. In Texas, you'd just be like another guy.
I know.
Guys would be mocking your collection, going, that's a pea shooter, boy.
I want to be the big fish in the small pond.
Exactly.
That's what I like. I don't want to be the just another fish in a pond full of guns.
In the Fresh Pond. Fresh Pond Road. Good. What's his face in? my boy from Maspeth.
What?
Yeah, it was last week.
Oh, okay.
You know something? I do enjoy having the ability to.
You love Texas? Are you kidding me?
No, some states I read about their gun laws and it's like, wow, that would be great. Like Arizona's got great. You just walk in a store and buy a gun. You wear it on your hip, just walking around. And New York, not so much. But it is kind of nice if you jump through their stupid hoops in order to exercise your Second Amendment right to be one of the few, the proud, the gun owners.
Yeah, it is true. But meanwhile, my friend I still told you about, he's still interested anytime you want to see, all those other guns.
Yeah.
All the famous ones.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I might be going to the range, a special range to shoot some fun special weapons in the near future.
That's good.
Yeah.
A range you go into it? Is it in your kitchen? That type of range?
Chip, the thing about Chip is he kind of works off the top.
Yes.
And it's good and bad. I admire the improv, but at the same time, some of it's so horrible. They're not even plays on words. They're just like the word, and then I don't know what you'd call it, but you can't call it a pun or a play on words. It's not even that much work.
It's maybe you don't get it. Maybe that's your problem. Maybe you need to go back to school or something.
What does that mean?
Go back to school. But he is mean, Chip.
Yeah. Chip is very bitter.
Yes, he is.
I'd love to know what the background is on Chip.
I believe that his father, he always says his father's a salesman, he's on the road, his mother has all those friends of color. I believe Chip's father has been on the road since he was 6 and we're left home, and Chip doesn't fucking really want to acknowledge it, so he keeps thinking I don't think he ever comes home.
That's not true at all. My father's called home a few times. I wasn't there, and he would come home, but I would be gone. I would go to the store. My mother would, her friend would come over. I remember one time, Vermont and Leroy stopped over because she had floorboards in the bedroom needed fixing. And she says, Chipper, go to the store.
Chipper? She has a nickname.
She calls you Chipper?
Yeah, she says, go to the store and get some grape soda and some ice cream bars for her friends. And I came back, and she said, you just missed your father. He was here. He was asking for you, but he had to go back out on the road.
Oh, now, wait a minute. See, this is what I call a sick woman. To pick that exact time to fucking during a time when she's, ostensibly like banging these two big black.
No, she's not. She was getting. Watch you. My mother's a saint on earth.
I know, but I'm just saying to Anthony about something. Chip.
Yes.
Is that she picks that time to then call him and to then say your father called. That's good. No wonder he's so angry. This is sick.
I'm not angry. He stopped home. She said he took a quick shower, and then the boss called, and he had to go back out. And that's what Ramonta told me the same thing, and so did Leroy. Sometimes it'd be Lamar.
So, when was the last time you saw your dad? When was the last time he was?
I've been pretty busy, but a lot of times when my mother has her friends over, I'll go in the bushes and watch, make sure that the room's getting fixed.
Yeah, he's very bitter.
This is the making of a serial rapist, man. This guy's a lot more deep than I thought.
Yeah, I didn't know there was such problems.
You gotta pee.
Yeah. Oh my God, look at the time. Yeah, we'll take a little break.
All right, guys, I can take a hint.
Mr.
we have
Colin
to break.
telling us you have to go.
Yeah.
Oh my God, guys! All right, I'll see you guys later.
All right,
doll.
Colin, thank
Bye,
you.
fellas.
Bye. Colin Quinn.
Hilarious.
I love Colin. He's fantastic. Check out Pennsylvania gun laws, real lenient. I have a Pennsylvania carry license. I was able to get one for I don't have to take his call. Fuck him. Jeremy from Allentown. Ding, 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 ding. Psh. Yeah. Yeah, they are pretty lenient, Pennsylvania gun laws. New York sucks. Jersey sucks. Massachusetts sucks. Pain in the ass. There should be one fucking, like, you should be able to carry everywhere. Any state, as long as you pass their little fucking background check. Why the fuck can't I carry across state lines? I got a driver's license. I could drive across state lines. They don't stop you at the fucking border and say you only have a license for New York State. You can't drive in our state. And driving is a privilege, not a right, guaranteed you by the Constitution.
It's true. You could buy tomatoes in every state. If you want to buy a tomato in Connecticut and then you want to go to Wyoming, you can buy tomatoes.
We're talking apples and oranges here. Be right back.
Now, the Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus, Sirius XM.
Opie and Anthony program. Opie's off today.
He's sloughing off.
Baby time. Taking a little baby time. He's probably snoozing. But, of course, James Norden here.
Yes.
Wow. Sam just pulled up pictures of Macho Man, Randy Savage. I guess he got married. What happened? What happened?
I guess he got married, and however they got them or why ever they posted them, TMZ has pictures of Macho Man Randy Savage's wedding.
I don't see that as being the Macho Man.
No, he looks unrecognizably different.
He's, what's wrong with him? Is he fatter?
I guess he's a little heavier, but he's still in good shape.
He looks like a big biker.
He's got a giant white, first of all, his hair is white.
Yeah.
And he's got a giant, thick, long white beard. Not, I guess, long, but and his whole head has become almost totally bald.
Well, he's bald. Yeah, we kind of knew that though when he wore the bandanas.
What did he used to look like? What's an old picture of?
Yeah, find an old picture of him.
I'm gonna
get a little memory.
He just looks like almost like the guy that beat the black guy up on the bus now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Epic Beard Man.
Is that his name? Epic Beard Man.
That's all they call him, is Epic Beard Man. Poor Epic Beard Man. Wow. Yeah, that doesn't really. But he also wore those giant sunglasses things.
Macho Man was my favorite when I was a kid.
Was he?
Yeah, he was.
Don't you realize you're still a stupid kid?
Yeah.
Well,
So is he still your favorite?
Or do you mean Song by the Village People? Little queer.
Who's your favorite wrestler?
Right now?
Yeah.
CM Punk.
I'm so out of the fucking loop.
I'm glad I don't know who that is.
I don't even know.
Is he like Bob Backlund?
No, he's not even sort of similar to Bob Backlund.
What is CM
Chief
Punk
Jay
about?
Strongbow, is he like him?
Yeah, hey, in a circle.
Yeah.
Is he like, who's the guy's fucking, the classy Freddie Blassie?
Yeah, he's like classy Freddie Blassie, right?
No.
Oh, goddamn Obama.
CM Punk?
Okay. Sorry.
Oh, my God, Jimmy. I love that commercial.
So,
that you like that guy?
Sawyer from Lost.
You're gay.
I didn't say I was attracted to him.
Loves tall boots.
You said he's your favorite. Why is he your favorite?
You're attracted to his character.
No, I'm not attracted to any part, but I do enjoy his character.
Because you are attracted to him.
Yeah.
I mean, in a sense.
Well, that's what we're talking about.
What does he do that makes him your favorite?
He's he's very cool to watch in the ring.
What's cool? Like, cool is a very vague term
Right.
as far as, like, what do you like? Do you like his body? Do you
No,
like
he
his
does-
tattoos?
His fucking hard, big cock.
His hair?
I've never seen that.
His little fucking
Well, he has a great
shorts?
look. The tattoos and stuff, it's a good look.
So physically,
As far as
So-
pro
yeah,
wrestling
you're
goes,
attracted to
he's got a
his-
good look.
his physicality.
Yeah, you really kind of like the way he looks as a man.
Furthermore, he's a very good talker. He's very good on the mic.
So you
Yeah.
enjoy his personality
Yes, that's true.
as well as his looks.
He's
As
got
far
looks,
as appreciating him
personality,
as a wrestler.
his tats.
Yes.
What does the tat on his abs say?
Straight edge.
He's straight edge too.
His whole gimmick is that he's straight edge, and it means he's better than everybody else. And so
Isn't-
he tells people he's better than them because he doesn't do drugs, and then they boo him.
Isn't the straight edge thing a little passé?
Yeah, but I mean, he got it tattooed on, so he can't really.
So he's straight edge for life.
Yeah, I mean, it's
So did-
across his stomach.
So did old intern Pat Duffy.
Yeah, but he was already drinking.
He was past the straight edge portion of his life, but he had already had straight edge tattooed on his
Why?
body.
Why
Yeah.
would you do that?
He got his straight edge tattoo when he was 18, and by the time he was 21, he was drinking and smoking weed.
dumb straight edge. It's like, if you're going to be straight edge, you better be pretty old at this point,
Yeah.
so you could be sure that you're just not going to.
I don't think you can be straight edge before you're legally allowed to drink.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't.
That's just called being not allowed to drink.
Right.
And then once you're allowed to go into some bars and stuff, you might regret that straight edge tat.
Yeah, for sure.
So you like it that he's straight edge?
No, I mean, I like
that
the
if
way
you
it...
two hung out, it would be a nice sober evening.
No, I mean, I don't think about us hanging out. I like
Oh, you
the
don't?
character he portrays and the way he portrays it.
And what's his attitude? He's better than everybody?
Yes, he's much better than everybody. And
Is he
tries,
a heel?
He's a big-time
He's
heel.
cocky.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
cocky.
Yeah?
Yeah, like he probably like he throws guys down and just jumps on them, right?
Yeah.
Is he cocksure?
I guess you could say that.
I think I've been using that every day.
You should.
And he's got a posse with him, his straight edge society.
Do you wish you were a member of his posse?
Oh, wow.
Well, I would like to join, but he makes them shave their head, which I don't know if I'd be willing
Why?
to do that. To show their loyalty. He's like a messiah.
Yeah. Like
Oh,
Manson
is he?
used, you know, Manson used to make his
Yeah.
Squeaky Fromm and all those shave their heads, so he's like a Manson character.
Correct.
Oh, yeah, because he's got long hair.
And a
He's
beard.
the only one who's allowed to have long hair.
Long flowing hair.
Right. A
Locks.
girl joined, and he made her Serena.
Oh,
Serena had to shave her
no.
head.
Wow.
Yeah. And Luke Gallows.
Does he hold any titles?
He has. He's not currently holding any titles, but he's a multiple-time world heavyweight champion.
No way.
That's true.
Like the same title that was held by Hulk Hogan.
Correct.
And
Ric Flair,
Triple H.
the Nature Boy.
Right.
Yes.
Wow.
Randy the Macho Man Savage.
Who has the heavyweight championship belt now?
Jack Swagger, the All-American American. He's also a heel.
Jack Swagger.
Yes.
Let punch up a picture of the handsome Jack Swagger. Is he handsome?
Yes, well, that's his whole thing, but he also has a lisp. So he's a bad guy, and the good guys make fun of his lisp.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Like a gay lisp? Oh, what's the matter there, Chip?
Jack Swagger. I want to know how come Jack has a wagger and I don't have one? Could it be Chip Swagger or somebody else have one?
You're very funny with improving on plurals.
Yeah, of course I am.
I've noticed when something is pluralized, you can really make a good joke of it, Chip.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
That's him right there.
There you go. Saying, hey, guys, I'm number one.
He looks like a Cream Pie Jones if he worked out. He really
He looks
does.
like Cream Pie if he worked out and didn't put shit on his hands and head.
Cream Pie. Oh, boy. Dude.
I did love Cream Pie.
He was maybe the second best.
Oh, it was so
David.
great talking
David.
about
You love
him.
David?
I loved him.
There's not a
The
day
other
that goes by I don't wish he was here.
David.
He was so important to this
He was
show.
quite a
right? He
weirdo.
was.
He was quite a weirdo.
He was a sociopath. He didn't understand
Yeah.
what a kooky was.
Yeah, he had no social skills. He couldn't communicate with people at all. But he was head intern, so.
Executive.
I hear we have a guest here.
Yeah, do you want me to?
No.
Actually, no.
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 Okay, I won't then. We do. I mean,
Is there audio of
Travis and I
just
realized
disgusts
this
me.
morning
no?
that you would.
Oh, rotten little dick.
We called.
Yammering about nothing. What?
You want to look at his dick?
No.
No. That is something I never want to see again.
Somebody said. What? What are you saying? Those bets. Blisters. Nothing, zero, nothing. Shut up! Fucking no knowledge of what's happening in the world. So what do you think about that? Left field. Why don't you fucking swallow glass? Enough of your Friday tradition, time killer.
Exactly.
Just you trying to say something. So, freight train, right over you. I don't hear you. Talk.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, the most meaningless banter.
Oh, shit.
I was sitting in the thing with Steve Red, Watermark Faggots, big Kool-Aid guy. Hey, Kool-Aid.
Steve's got the most giant red shirt on today. So whenever he walks in,
the kids go, hey, cool, AIDS. Oh, yeah. Are you a faggot? Oh, yeah.
Bust through a glory hole wall.
Oh, yes,
Just the cock is not enough.
I have a crew cut. All right, we'll bring him in, but the minute he fucking talks over, I don't know other people talk. I just want to.
I actually want to try to keep him in control.
Okay.
Now I don't want his fucking pants coming off.
Well,
I don't want any fucking shit.
He was having dick problems this week. If you want to take a look.
Good for him.
Oh, okay.
Good for fucking him.
But
I know there was something happened over the phone.
Well, if you remember when Kenny was doing his blind gossip things, it was brought to the attention of the show that Bobo had gone out drinking with the interns.
Ah, okay.
And that's when he started insulting our intern Dustin and calling him a redheaded retard and things like that, and Dustin stormed off. So Bobo received a call saying that the lawyers were not allowing him back in this building because of the way he treated Dustin.
Oh, okay.
And I believe the first clip is a voicemail that I received on my phone.
All right, let's hear that.
I'm good. This should be smart.
Hello, Sam. It's me, Bobo. Could you call me back when you get the chance? Trying to figure out this whole thing to get back in good graces with the company, right? It's all right. Dustin took it way too seriously. I was only joking. You need to understand that I was only joking. I want to apologize. All right.
End of message.
Hi, Bobo.
Was that you breathing into the fucking mic?
Hey, yeah, fucking Darth blithering. Surprised you didn't comment on it. This is the virus. The 202 virus. Everybody knows it. We knew it was you.
I like Bobo Jimmy so much better than
I know. Bobo Jimmy rules.
The fact that I think nobody knows this is me, it's lucky I can feed myself. How do I function? I had the perception of Terry Shiva. The virus. 202 virus. Hi, Bobo.
Hi, Jimmy.
You don't do the virus anymore, do you?
What?
You don't do the 202 virus?
What, on my phone?
Oh, no, into a fucking megaphone on Route 80.
Oh, my God.
No, that's not my phone message anymore.
No, but I mean, when you were doing the virus, nobody had any idea, right?
No.
We knew it was you!
What?
I mean, there are more phone calls. If you want.
Good. Let's see him.
Yeah.
Because then he started calling the office.
Of course he did.
Danny,
Why
Travis,
wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he? Of course.
Bobo,
Yeah?
you're not allowed back on the show.
No, I gotta be allowed back on. Why were they so upset about it?
Well, Bobo, the thing is, the lawyers didn't know if your treatment of the intern was fair.
Well, let me talk to them.
Bobo, I'll tell you what. After thinking about it, as far as you coming back on the show, we're going to have to say no.
No, come on. Opie isn't even around to make a decision.
Dustin said he was physically threatened by what you were saying.
Well, I wasn't physically threatening him, all right? Let me talk to him, all right? I gotta let him know that I was not just threatening him.
All right, Bobo. Looks like we're losing you. We're just stepping into a weak signal area in the office.
Don't do it, Billy. I can hear you.
All right.
I can hear you. Oh, shit. And then there's
A second call.
A second
We
call.
didn't record every single call.
Uh-huh.
There were probably a dozen.
You need to record one. Everyone is the same. Whatever's happening, can I come in? I'll do that.
Bobo.
Yeah.
What's up?
Could you ask somebody who was there? You can ask someone else. I was drunk.
How much did you had to drink?
I had 3 Brooklyn Lagers.
So what do you think of Dustin?
No, I think Dustin's a good guy, right?
Yeah, I know, but I mean, let's be honest. He does look a little silly, right? I mean, just yeah. I'm saying not like he's not like deformed or anything, but I mean, he looks a little goofy, right? I mean, with the bald head and the beard.
Yeah, but it's okay. It was funny, right?
Bobo, you're not going to be able to come back
See,
here.
that was a test, and now you just called him funny looking.
No, I think he's funny.
You failed the test. You fail.
Hey, well, what can I do to get back?
All right, Bobo, weak signal area.
No, I can hear you.
Weak signal in the office.
Yeah.
Isn't it the hardwired phone?
Yes, of course it is. Because every time we talk to Bobo, we have trouble hearing him, and he says he's in a weak signal area.
That's Bobo's ass covered with whipped cream from the cherry tarts.
And then finally, he left me another voicemail, this time very panicked.
All right.
Next message. Please, Sam, talk Dustin. Tell him I was not physically hurting him. Tell him I want to speak to him face to face. Why would he do such a thing? He knows I was joking. You can ask Buzz who was there. He will tell you. Ask anybody else who was there. They will tell you. End of message. To delete.
Wow, he was pretty upset on that one.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, he's here to kind of earn his way back.
Well, Bobo, it would be very hard for you to earn your way back today because, as you stated, Opie isn't here to make that decision.
Since it's his.
Right?
Well,
Now-
I got here a
now,
little song for...
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Now, why wouldn't you think that perhaps on a day like today, when Opie isn't here, he's home with his child,
Yeah.
that perhaps I could make the decision?
I guess you could also.
Oh, you do? Oh, you guess? You guess I could?
Yeah.
How about if I decide to just tell you to get your ass out of the studio?
Oh, you insulted him.
Did you see how that was a little insulting? That it's the Opie and Anthony show, and then Opie's not here, and you know, you just kind of you don't even think about me in a way that where I could make a decision. I'm smart. I'm smart. I was passed over.
Everybody goes, not like everyone says. I'm not dumb.
I'm not dumb. I'm smart.
I'm smart. I was stepped over.
I wish by an elephant. Steve?
Big red elephant.
It just never ends. Never fucking ends.
I'll tell you, very positive, that last call, I was drunk during that last call.
Of course. Shut it. You were drunk?
During that last call.
Is that an excuse? What? Aren't you just... Isn't your mind impaired all the time?
No.
Yeah, I think
Not
it is.
that much.
Now, what do you have? What is this latest Bobo gimmick that everybody is sick of? Do you realize how sick of you people are, the audience? They hate you. They don't want to hear you anymore. They say it right here. It's like, stop, don't have them on. When I mentioned, oh, we have a guest here, and then people realized it was you, they were like, no, don't have them on.
Yeah.
You all right?
All right.
You're all right?
I'm all right.
You look like you're ready to start crying.
No.
You gonna squirt? You
No.
gonna squirt?
Yeah. No.
Come on, sports fans.
No.
He's been calling the office, asking the staff for money because his XM subscription is about to run out.
How much you need?
It's gonna run out at the end of
That's not
next
what I
month.
said. How much do you need?
That I don't know.
Would help, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't that something maybe you should have done a little research on if you're
Yeah.
looking for some cash? How much cash you need?
What do you just send them a box of money every month and hope they return what they don't need? So if you need money, you better start sucking some dick.
Yeah, how are you going to make the money?
That I have no idea.
I have an
yet.
idea, actually.
Oh,
Bobo, I
yes.
heard you have tickets to the, excuse me, to the big Subway Series tonight, Mets Yankees.
I'm not the guy who has the ticket.
Oh.
Well, Hugh has them.
My friend does.
Are you going to wear that very understated Met shirt?
Yeah.
It's very bright and orange and
tie-dye kind of.
Yeah, tie-dyed. So what do you do for money? Like how do you live?
I do moving and storage.
Meaning, when he's around people, they say, "Look, we'll give you $20 to move yourself away from here and go store yourself in a room. We don't have to look at you."
Moving and storage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know I'm teasing you, right, Pablo?
Yeah, I know.
I'm not.
I don't want to pick. I like Pablo. I don't want to pick on him.
Yes, you do.
I know.
Though right now it's
see.
become more of a storage market than it is a moving market today.
Tell us all about it.
Because a lot of people are moving, so it's become more.
Tell us all about it, and he
So my sister's father.
No, but I mean from the beginning, from the inception of the company.
Well, what it is he's getting a lot of overbooked with the storage containers that he has somewhere. Storage containers off of a random highway in Connecticut.
You do
Sounds
understand
shady.
that nobody knows what you're talking about. Right?
Yeah, what are you saying?
No one knows.
No, I'm saying
You
that
especially.
the storage facility is a bunch of random storage containers off of a highway in Connecticut that he owns.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. He owns storage. Okay. That sounds very
Yeah.
shady. Like he found them and just kind of claimed them.
No,
Is there a car in one with a fucking head with a moth down its throat?
no, but he has put cars in storage before.
It's your self-storage in Baltimore. Look deep inside yourself, Bobo. Jamie Moffat. Jamie Moffat, the rest of me.
Hey,
Look
this
out.
song's for him, all right? This song's for Dustin. He had the.
We get it.
All right?
All right.
You got the touch! Can someone cue some audio?
No.
It's coming.
You got the touch!
Can someone cue some audio?
You got the power! After all is said and done, you never walk, you never run, you're a winner. You got the moves, you know the streets, break the rules, take the heat, you're nobody's fool. You're at your best
All right,
with
look.
Yeah, what are we on, fucking K-Rock again?
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah, just leave.
Enough of these fucking long songs.
Yeah, just leave. Just leave, Bobo.
Yes.
Just go.
Yeah.
Take your
Yeah.
song, take your headphones off, just
This is not Heel Scratch Thursday.
just get the fuck out.
I do like the guy a lot, but how long was that going to go on?
It was going to go on forever.
And then we build production around it and play it. And
Yeah.
people hate it again.
Yeah, people can hate it twice.
Exactly.
He needed a little tough love there. Is
He
what
did.
He needed. So he starts, "But you're a winner." And you got to just then take him and physically kick him out.
Yeah.
And look at him. He's walking down the hall. He's all dejected.
Horrible shorts.
Oh, boy. I think he's going to throw himself in front of something today.
A turtle. Or a stationary object. He'll throw himself in front of a car in a fucking showroom. Oh, we like Bobo, but, you know, stop talking over everybody.
Yeah, that's what it is. You just can't. Well, I guess.
What are you doing? You're not here?
Guess it's not his fault.
I know it's not.
He's kind of a tard. I don't know what it is.
I feel
but-
bad I yelled at Bobo.
Yeah.
Yes. Can someone tell him I'm very sorry?
Yeah. Oh, what? Hey, Bobo.
Yeah.
I wanted to apologize
What
for
are you
yelling at you.
What are you doing in here?
I got called here.
Well, I would like to throw you back out for being stupid enough to walk in.
Who called? Wait. Hold on there. Who called you and told you to come back in the studio?
I think it was intern Sean.
Sean's not even here. He hasn't been here for
Well,
a
I think it
week.
was one of the interns that called me back in. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. It was Derek. It was Derek.
Oh,
No, you're not
intern
far
Derek,
off.
D-boy.
What did he tell you?
No, he just said head back in.
And you did. You didn't
Yeah.
question that perhaps he was fucking with you?
No.
Okay, here's the deal, Bobo.
Yeah.
Set now.
Get out, and no matter what anyone tells you, don't come back in this studio.
But I am
Okay?
sorry I yelled at you. You accept my apology?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I am not.
Bobo.
He said, no.
He turned.
Look at him running. He's running like he has glass in his shoes, and he just shit his pants.
He turned around. He turned around, and Danny says, Bobo, and went to walk in the door, and then he goes, oh, no. Like he panicked. He fucking panicked. They're totally fucking with him now. He's right outside the door. Travis was trying to get him to go into the studio. Sam is now walking out, and going to see if they can convince a retard to do something he was told not to do. Bobo.
Yeah.
What did I just tell you?
You told me
mere
no.
second. Hold on. Don't talk yet.
You told me
Don't
not to
talk yet. Don't talk yet. Wait till I'm done. What did I just tell you a mere 20 seconds ago?
You told me not to go back in regardless of what Sam said.
No.
Regardless of what anybody said.
Right. I said don't come in here no matter what anyone says.
Even though the hair on your leg looks like Monique's. He has awful leg hair.
Now, why did you come back in here knowing that I told you don't come in here?
Sam just convinced me.
But isn't Sam part of everybody?
Yeah.
It took me 5 seconds.
So do you think you should be in here right now?
No.
Hang on.
So how would you solve this dilemma
No.
that we're in? How would you solve it?
And I would head out right now.
You would?
Yeah.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Why aren't you?
Because you're speaking to me right now.
I'm pretty much just telling you to leave.
Yeah, he's just missing you.
Wait a sec, Bobo. Bobo.
No, Bobo, for real, I have a question. Really?
It's for the air.
There he goes.
Well, the mentally disabled guy won't be fooled again. What are we doing?
I know. What are we doing? We're just bullies. All right, Travis. Travis is now down the hall talking to him, and he has stopped. Bobo has now stopped. Danny's waving him in. I'm not looking. My head is turned. I'm looking at the television.
It's for the bit. Bobo, it's for the bit. Who is?
He's making it up.
Who's making what up?
No, I think Travis is making that up.
Why would Travis do that? He works for the show.
Yeah, but I know with those phone calls.
Come on, Bobo. You can't just. The door's wide open. You're letting the AC.
Bobo, what's the name of the guy with the tickets?
Danny can't hear you. He's got headphones on.
No, my friend's name is Rob.
Oh, okay. He's on the phone. He wants to tell us why. He wants to talk to you on the phone.
All right, is this guy really on the phone?
Yeah.
I'm not turning around, but I know he couldn't be in here.
He said hello.
Bobo.
Yeah.
I'm deadly serious right now. What the fuck are you doing in this studio?
They told me that Rob was on the phone.
See what they told you. Hold on. What did I tell you?
You told me to leave.
And I also told you what?
To head out.
No. I told you that no matter
what they say.
What?
No matter what they tell me, don't go back in.
Right. You have now breached the doorway 3 times since I have told you that. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, again, I put to you, why are you in this studio?
Danny asked me to go in.
Is Danny part of everybody?
No.
What? He's not part of everybody.
He is. He is. He is. He's part of everybody.
Okay. So, is he part of anybody?
No. Part of everybody. I don't know.
That's a very tough question.
That's a trickier one.
It's a tricky question.
Okay. Is he part of the people I was talking about when I said no matter what anybody says, don't come into the studio?
Yes.
Would that include Danny?
Yes, that
So
would.
even though he told you to come in, wouldn't you not come in?
Yes, exactly.
So why did you?
I did.
Why did you come in?
He convinced me to come in.
But I told you. So how did he convince you?
Anthony doesn't like you
just did.
disregarding him.
Yes, I feel a complete lack of respect for my authority here, that you just keep disobeying what I'm saying. This, this is, pretty much the Opie and Anthony show, right?
Yeah.
And when Opie's not here, I think we default to what Anthony says. Usually it's, it's a majority rules. But now, do you know you're making it very difficult for yourself to be on the show ever?
Yeah, I know.
By doing things like this?
Yeah. Right. This time I'm not leaving regardless of what you say.
Bobo, check this out.
Bobo, you gotta go.
Rob is really on the phone. I'm not kidding.
I know. I think you're
He's
wrong.
right. Look, it says Rob from Staten Island, right?
Bobo, if you're gonna leave, leave. If you're gonna stay, stay.
Well, the door is locked.
What are you talking about?
Door doesn't lock.
There's no lock
There's
on
no
it.
lock on that
No, there's
door.
something that you can't open this thing.
Your headphones are back on.
Yeah, this thing can't be opened.
It's a door.
Of course it can be
It can
open.
be opened.
No, I know there's a lock.
Why don't you snack on some of the paint chips on it?
You want to see how easy it is? You open the door.
There, see?
Magic.
Door's open. Now, do as I say and leave the studio.
Come on, Bobo, stop playing.
Bobo, why can't you open the door?
Oh no, I figured
Can
this
you?
out. There's someone
No,
on the other
Daniel,
side.
you're doing it on purpose.
Yeah, there's a few people on the other side of the door, but you don't want to leave the studio. You're like you're an airtime whore. You're being an airtime whore.
There's someone.
Why can't Bobo?
There is someone on the other end pulling this.
Bobo, if you're gonna stay in the studio, get our mic.
Oh, there is someone pulling this.
There's someone pulling it?
That's you, Bobo.
No, the other end. The other end. There's someone pulling the other end.
Pulling the other end of what?
This door.
The other end of the door?
Yeah. As if this is some door on a plane that you can't open no matter how hard you pull.
How many times have you tried to open a plane door?
None.
Unfortunately, not enough.
None. Yeah, you should have tried. Please do it next
I just
time.
know about this one door.
Oh,
that'll
my
open.
God.
Now he's going to tell a door story. Oh, God.
What are we doing?
I know. Bobo, you can leave. Let Bobo out.
I'll get the door for you.
Yeah, let Kenny get the door for you.
See
All
how
right,
easy?
go ahead. There he goes. There goes Bobo. All right. Whew, wow, what a dolt.
Yeah, we had to let Bobo out.
Yeah. Wow. Obama.
What about him?
Just saying. No.
Stock market is shit in the bed.
Yes. Obama is.
Is it his fault or is it because of Europe?
It's Obama's fault. I'm blaming Obama.
Why?
Well, because he signed a bill, or he's going to sign a bill. A bill passed about this Wall Street regulation, and it's because of the Bernie Madoff shit, stuff
Right.
like that. Goldman Sachs pulling their shenanigans. That Obama has decided to let the government once again creep in there and police everybody, and it's making the stock market tank.
I don't mind a little policing though, honestly, because left to their own devices, they don't
this
seem
is
to be
true.
very.
There are some shysters,
Giving.
some shysters
Yeah.
in that industry.
A
But
little policing, a little bit, not overly so, a
yeah,
little bit.
but
A little bit.
Well, little bit. Wall Street doesn't like it. I don't like it. Of course it is, Aunt. See, people get very mad at me when I blame Obama for everything. I do.
Didn't it kind of shit the bed when
like
Bush was in office, too, right?
Did it?
But I'm saying, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It's a cyclical thing, but when we're right in the middle of trying to recover, I don't think this is a good idea. Signing this, leave them alone for a little while, let us get back on our feet, and then if you want to push this shit through, push it through. But right now, not a good time to fuck with something that's going to make the stock market tank. Come on. He was giving a speech yesterday at his podium at the White House, and a rat ran out and crossed right in front of his podium.
Did it?
Yeah, big giant White House rat.
Can we see that?
It's great. It's on the front page of one of the papers.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They have him by the podium. I guess it's the Daily News. There it is.
Say cheese.
Look at him. If that isn't telling. Get it? A rat.
No, just lives there.
Public housing. I'm never going to agree with this guy. Never going to agree.
The White House has rats?
Yeah. The White House has rats. When did that start? Huh? I wonder when.
They've always been rats. They don't think for the common man. They're all a bunch of rats. My father used to say, my mother told me my father would say that.
No, we don't mean it figuratively. We mean it literally. There are genuine rats in the White House.
You're fired.
Wait a minute.
Sorry.
Is Chip doing impressions?
No, I'm just doing Trump. You're fired. How much money are you going to raise? You're fired. Really? Am I? This is business. We have to behave a certain way in business. Really? Lips?
It's Donald Trump Jimsy.
Fuck it. Sam, he was going to fire me. He asked me to make cupcakes. I brought in toe tags.
Oh, God. What are we at? What is the market doing?
Oh, I don't know. Good time to buy.
I want to look. I want to look and see. Apple are they down again?
Yes, they're $11 a share.
Because I bought in, and
you bought in at what? The 240?
Higher. Yeah. 250 and change.
Cool.
And it's down to 233 right now. I'm very aggravated.
It'll come back up,
that
though.
It's just because stupid Obama had to rattle the cage.
It'll come back.
Stop.
What, you think Apple's not going to come back? Of course it is.
Yeah, Will.
It's Apple.
I just want that's what I was saying about General Motors. Where's General Motors going? Oh, down the shitter.
Did they?
Well, they filed for bankruptcy a while ago.
And then that means you don't get your stock money back, right?
No, you're done. I didn't have any of that, though. Good.
Sirius dropped to
what's
like
Sirius
92
at?
cents, I think. But it's still, God almighty, it's so much better than it was.
Oh, so much better.
I'm always happy when I see all of them are red. Like, 'cause I have the little ticker on my iPhone, the little thing, and every stock is red.
Ticker.
So everyone is... Why does that make me laugh so hard? It just does. But so many of them are down. Apple is down. Google is down.
The Google?
They've all lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
So they'll come back.
But we didn't need this. We didn't need this dip that we're getting because, more regulation. I understand, yes, some of these firms need some fucking smack in the ass. But Obama's answer to everything is just to over-regulate, get the government involved in every fucking aspect of everyone's life. I had a meeting with my accountant yesterday. Oh, God. But he's talking about next year, it's just going to be abysmal as far as taxes go. Just horrible as far as taxes go for all the shit that this guy's putting in place. I can't take it. And, yeah, it's my own best interest. And we were talking about things, and he brought up the same thing. You get penalized for achieving what you're supposed to in this country. They penalize you. They make it so now you have to give to people that aren't doing well.
And it's an unreasonable, like, I got a check yesterday from SAG for something with Zach Amiri. I think it went to video or something happened. And so you'll get these checks once in a while. Now I'm incorporated, so I pay taxes quarterly. I don't usually pay them. They don't come out of my check.
Right.
But for some reason on certain SAG gigs, it comes out of Jim Norton, out of my social. So they tax me on it. So it was, which I just have to fix the paperwork. It was $1,200 and something. My check, $634. They took 50 fucking % of my money. $300 went to federal. I mean, it's like I don't mind paying my share, but that is fucking disgusting.
How can they justify taking half your money?
And these cocksuckers we've talked about it before. Every dollar you spend, every fucking bit of interest they take half the money. So if you take the half that you save, after they fuck you, and you put it in the bank and you make interest, they want some of that.
They want some of that.
And then you take some of that and you spend it, they gotta have some of that.
Yeah.
They fuck you from every angle.
50% of your money.
50 fucking out of $1,200 bucks. Wasn't like it was, $200,000. $1,200.
Yeah. We're going to take half your money.
Fucking scumbags.
And we'll do what we want with it. And then you take your half. And then we'll still take some of that when you go to spend it.
Yep. Still take half of that. A piece of that.
And then I'll have people just bitch at me to no end about how I should shut up and I should pay my share. Paying my share, paying more than my share. I want people to pay taxes that maybe don't make all that much money. Yeah, pay a percentage, you fucker.
Yep.
Fucker.
Everyone pays a percentage.
Yeah.
A small percent is at like 17% of $100 is only $17.
I'm sick of just goddamn getting raped every time I have to pay my taxes. Meanwhile, Eastside Dave can't afford to live, even though he has what people would consider a good job. What is this? Eastside Dave is broke? Yeah. Is he going to have to leave? What's going on?
I think Eastside Dave has a lot of medical bills.
Well, yeah, he...
does he have insurance?
He does have medical insurance, but he's oft complained about it as he has a sick child and a mounting medical debt. And has said on the air that he doesn't know how long he'll be able to continue working here because he's not making enough money to get by.
Where would he then work to make more money?
Yeah.
Does he have any marketable skills besides shoving stuff up his asshole?
He ate pubic hair.
He's very funny.
Yeah. Would he go to another radio show? I
think he would go wherever he could make ends meet at this point because he said that he may not. I mean, he might be gone in a month. He said.
I enjoy the Eastside Dave on the Ron and Fez show.
He's on another show too.
Well, I have to say on the Ron and Fez show.
Is he on another show?
Yes, it's on Saturday nights with me.
See, that's not a real show.
Well, it is a real. It's weekly.
It's like a live podcast.
Yeah, you're just playing, right?
No, it's been weekly for some time now.
It's been week for what?
No, week. It's been on every week.
Oh, I thought you were saying it's weak.
Strong. It's quite strong.
Oh, yeah. But I find myself, when I drive home and I listen to the Ron and Fez program, that Dave gets me laughing.
Yeah.
He's a very funny guy. He's very goofy. I like his stupid laugh. Makes me laugh. And the guys seem to like him. Yeah. So I hope they go to bat for him. This is my little plea to the company to stand up for Eastside Dave, give him what he deserves. The guy does a lot on that program. It's very funny. I think there'd be a big gap, a big hole in the Ron and Fez show without the likes of Eastside Dave. Not like Earl. Earl could just be tossed to the wayside. No one cared.
They didn't even replace him.
They didn't have to.
No.
Isn't that amazing that somebody could just be thrown off a show or quit or whatever the fuck he did, and you don't have to replace him, and they did not miss a beat? It's like he was never there. It's astounding. Now, someone like Eastside Dave, you would notice. You'd be listening and going, where's that Eastside Dave cackle? where's his sports? Or that strange opinion he has on life and things in general.
Yeah, just a funny little quip.
Yes, a little quip.
Yeah.
He's very good, and they really should come up and give him some cash. Come to the table for Eastside Dave. Guys, like you said, got a sick kid, and they're nickel and diming his ass. Is that what they're doing?
Yeah,
they're nickel and diming him.
He's got 2 kids and a wife, and one kid is sick, and he's not making very much money here.
Doesn't he commute for really far?
And he has a
distance?
2-hour commute.
It's a 2-hour commute each way, right?
Yeah, because he takes a bus. It's like an 1.5-hour drive, so on a bus it'd be about 2 hours.
So it's 4 hours he spends just getting to and from this place.
Yeah.
And then another 4 hours on the air.
Yeah.
He puts in 12-hour days.
I guess so.
And they nickel and dime him.
They do.
I'm astounded. Not that I'm giving up any of my money.
No.
I actually would like more money.
Okay. Yeah. I would like, if they do get rid of him, I want the money divided up that he did make between people on this show.
And if he gets a raise, you would also like one.
I'd like, much bigger raise. Eastside Dave gets a raise. Fuck, I better get one.
A much larger raise.
Yes, much larger.
Okay.
He's a really good guy, though, man. I may interview him on my new show on Raw Dog.
Oh, really? Yeah. Your new show?
Premieres next Thursday at 4.
What's it called?
Jim Norton Show.
The Jim Norton Show.
On Sirius 104, XM 150.
Wow, and what is that going to do? Be interviews?
Yeah. First one, I'm going to be with Bob Kelly. Bob will co-host some of them with me. I'll use Voss on some of them, and Amy Schumer will be our first guest.
Ooh.
So now we play comedy clips. That's what the show. That's what the channel does. So,
are you acting?
No, dead serious. And I have a new
But you
boneyard.
don't have to be dead serious.
I don't want to be dead. Hold on, let me say it like that. I have a boneyard show too, but I don't know when that's starting.
You didn't tell me you got a show, an offer for a show?
I turned him down. I got to tell you about a offer. But I turned down. Why you hurt me? Why you hurt me?
I knew where you're going with that.
That's the beauty of being a guy friend. You just, nothing. Chicks suck at movie quotes. Yeah. Try that with any chick you're fucking. You're out, Tom. Ha! I'm not Tom.
And why am I out?
Ugh.
Fuck Eastside Dave. Why? Eastside Dave has IRS problem. Why is that? Who is this guy?
Don't talk about the problems he has with his eyes. His IRS is no good.
Hey. Hey, Todd.
Happy birthday, little Jimmy.
Hey, buddy.
Why just simple 2 words, well, 1 word and 3 letters, fuck ESD, fuck Eastside Dave. Why?
Exactly.
Why?
12-hour workdays, huh?
Yeah, he commutes
does.
in
With the commute,
2 hours each way, and then 4 hours for a show. That's a lot of hours to put in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I average roughly 5 days a week in a truck to feed and clothe my family.
Are you making enough to feed and clothe your family?
Yeah, because I hold a real job like a man.
Well, you don't think he holds a real job?
Come on. Coming into a radio show and sticking shit up his ass is a real job.
He hasn't done that in quite some time.
Sir, you know how hard it is to stick things up your ass? I give that a lot of credit.
I wouldn't do that.
Cops and soldiers thought they had it rough till Dave put a fucking, Dave put a hoagie in his asshole. And like, wow, this kid goes the distance.
You don't find Eastside Dave entertaining?
Not as much as a fancy man does, but then again, I don't have that big that big checkbook that I could cut a check and cure all of his ills.
That's true. Ant can do that.
You are, you're a little bitter.
Yes, he is.
He was being a little bitter there, Todd.
Why are you bitter, Todd?
Yeah. The last comedy show I went to was Doug Stanhope at a real shithole called Smalls in Detroit.
Okay.
And I felt like I got ripped off.
You could have just said a real shithole called Detroit.
Yeah. Why'd you think you got ripped off? Doug's a funny comic.
Oh, absolutely, but the crowd absolutely blew. The crowd was just filled with anxiety, and I don't know, maybe some of it splashed over into me, and I just became bitter over it.
Well, sir, it's a live comedy show. One of the attractions to live comedy is that anything can happen. It can be a great night or it can be a lousy night.
No, without a doubt, I agree.
All right. Well,
great.
Thank you for the uplifting
Thanks,
call.
Todd. Jeez.
I'll keep on trucking.
One of the
Goodbye, Todd.
one of the 99%. And I want to go to someone named Jimmy.
I'm Jimmy.
I know.
Here I am.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi.
Oh, God, he doesn't know where he's from or what he does. Jimmy, are you on the phone?
Everyone on the phone say hello.
Hello.
Hello? Hey.
Great. Go to Don. Don in New York. Don. Hey, Don.
Yeah.
What's up?
I heard Dave say on the show one time that he got an IRS audit. He didn't pay taxes in like 2006 or something. They caught up with him for it.
Yeah, you got to pay.
Well, yeah, of course.
Maybe he couldn't afford it.
Even if you screw up and you can't not pay taxes.
Yeah, well, yeah, but
yeah,
that's part more of his problem.
All right. Well, what is this?
Problems of his own.
All right, shut up. Lacey in Tennessee. I have enough of these calls, like, really quickly. I just can't fucking deal with them.
Me neither.
They just shut up. Hey, Lacey.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, girl. That's better. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. I just want to point out that, I can understand he works for the radio, la-di-da. I'm not trying to tell you to pay your money to him, but I don't want to give my money to him either when all he does is he's an alcoholic, and now he boasts about smoking his weed in his little garage, and the wife lets him.
So his wife left him?
No, his wife. What is she talking?
Lets him.
Oh,
lets him.
Yeah, let him. She doesn't say anything.
Jimmy. Wow.
Why doesn't he take his spare cash?
Yeah.
Pay his damn bills instead of begging everybody for money and his little wish list on Amazon and everybody giving him shit when he needs to be responsible like the rest of the world is supposed to be responsible.
So you're saying it's his fault for not taking care of his finances a little better.
Yeah, all he does is drink. He stays in the city. He stays till midnight. He drinks. He goes home. I mean, hello. Not knocking you for drinking, of course.
Of course.
He doesn't stay in the city until midnight or drink every night.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Just a mad person.
Yes, he's always talking about he got drunk, he drinks his Jamesons, and I know he's not getting it free every single time.
Hey, Lacey.
He smokes his weed.
All right, shut up. What do you do? What do you do in Tennessee?
Well, technically, I don't do shit in Tennessee. I drive a truck.
Oh, you're another one of these fucking truck driving bitches.
No, I'm not a bitch.
Well, I mean, bitch. By bitch, I'm using the term bitch to just mean woman.
Oh, okay.
See, I do that every so often.
Yes, every time.
You're a bitch.
Yeah, that's fine. I got that. That don't bother me.
Oh, madam.
Yeah. So
easy going.
What made you go into jamming gears?
Because my dad told me I couldn't. He told me it was no place for a woman. So
don't tell me what I can't do. What,
wow,
you fucking Joan Locke?
You're a rebel.
No, he had a really pretty trick, so I wanted to drive his truck and he wouldn't let me.
Right.
So what?
God bless you. Showed him.
Couldn't find anything else to do.
Exactly.
I mean, no. Truck driving is very good, but it's usually a man that,
Yes, a man or a big fatso.
Yeah.
Are you a big fatso, madam?
Are you a big gal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Lady truckers are always big.
No, I'm not a lady trucker.
No, you are a lady trucker. Hey, keep it between the ditches, smelly Steve.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, keep them all. I'll keep the rubber side down.
Oh, yeah, keep the shiny side up and the stinky side down.
Exactly.
Fatty.
Keep the fat behind the wheel and the blubber in the socks.
Okay. Anyway.
I'm teasing you, sweetheart.
Do you go through do you go through brakes a lot?
Yeah. It's like when you just tap the brake, do you notice that your truck just stops immediately and the fucking trailer flips over the...
Do you have to get out at the scales? No?
When they say, hey, what are you hauling? And you answer, do they say, no, we were talking to the truck? Hey, ma'am?
You would think if I'm actually admitting I'm fat, that you'd give me a little bit credit instead of all these dumb bitches who say, "Oh,
we do give you credit at the bakery. You got $1,500 worth. Go have breakfast." Now, let me ask you: do you ever accidentally get on the back of the trailer and then just kind of close the door and stare at the back?
Do what?
When you're in the trailer, do you ever just stare out the back instead of driving it?
No, I'm not a cow.
See, Jimmy was mistaken.
He's mistaken. I'm fat, but I'm not a cow.
Is it hard for you when they ask you to walk through the Midtown tunnels?
I don't go to New York.
I'm kidding. Literal trucker
I
lady.
know, literal fatto. I was going to say fatty or fatso, and it came out fatto.
It's great. It's a new cereal by Kellogg's. Fattos.
Let me get somebody to piss on my chest or shit in my mouth, and then I'll be cool like Jimmy.
Oh, shit. Oh, big ass got a problem.
How about instead of piss and shit on your chest and mouth, we do lemonade and chocolate cake?
Ew.
We're just teasing you. Don't get so
worry.
mad.
Don't worry about it.
I'm only kidding.
When you get into the cab,
I don't give a shit what you fucking think, you fucking weirdo.
when you get in, hey, when you get into the cab of your truck, do your tires go to max pressure?
No.
No.
Do you hear this sound a lot when you get in the cab?
No. You know, never mind.
Does the Mac dog frown when you get in there, knowing he's got his work cut out for him? No? She ate her phone.
Yeah. Oh, miss, we were just kidding.
We was only kidding.
Yeah, don't get so,
We was only kidding.
Fly elephants.
Oh, come
We're
on.
teasing you. Don't get so angry. Okay, we're laughing. We're not yelling at you.
Yeah, come on. We're just fucking around. And she called up to bitch about Eastside Dave. So
call back, please. You called up to Trash Dave. Is that her?
No, it's just a fat trucker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that lady's awful.
Women truckers not really known for their exquisite beauty.
No.
Yeah.
God bless that lady.
Yeah, God bless
We
her.
didn't
She's the one
mean
that
it.
keeps everything going, the economy and everything. And the trucks. They're very important to our.
Yeah,
All right, shut
the
up.
road problems we have. You know how many potholes are being filled because of her? Maybe they have a crew follow her around the country.
Poor Fatso.
Hey, get a load of Fatso.
Get a load of Fatso driving over there. Mike from Albany. Mike. What's up, Mike?
Hey guys. Yesterday, Dave said that if he doesn't get anything done by Thursday, then next Thursday will be his last day. And then he proceeded to call all his bosses, including Rob Cross, a liar.
Why?
Just because Ron kept yelling at him because he'd be just randomly saying something, and then he'd say "fuck the bosses" or something randomly.
Rob Cross is not a liar.
And
He is a queer and a toe licker, but he's not a liar.
And he said that he'll be moving down to North Carolina to work for his father-in-law, selling those Andy lifts.
Selling what?
Hey, you know the chair from Gremlins, the old woman rides up the stairs on?
Yes.
That.
Oh, God, I couldn't imagine being married, 2 kids, having to move down south to sell that chair that goes up the stairs.
I can't imagine any one of those things.
Yeah, yes. Oh, my God, that poor bastard.
Dave should open his own company and only sell bright orange hair dye.
So you could look like him.
He has creepy chest hair. It's really long.
Yeah, it's
like a
long
mane,
and straight and
like
red.
Irish setter hair.
Yeah. I feel bad, though. Jeez.
I like Dave a lot.
Got to keep him on board. He's a very funny guy.
Yeah, he's a very, very capable guy.
Yeah. Oh, God, look at the picture of him there. All right, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he should go. I'm just looking at his picture, and it just changed my mind. Oh, poor guy.
He has said that he may not have enough money to work here through June, so that would be next week.
Yeah.
He's under a lot of pressure.
Well, you know something? Tubby might have had a point, though. What? Why?
What point was that? Tubby, you think she did?
Is he spending a lot of money on? I know he likes to partake. It relaxes him.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Do you mean his overt alcoholism?
Yes, that and his weed usage.
Yeah, he is smoking weed. I don't think he doesn't do these things excessively as much as he used to. So I don't think he's spending a huge amount of money on either of those two things.
But
I think
every little bit helps there when you're ready to leave a pretty good job because you can't afford.
And Dave's also very good at leeching off people, so I would assume a lot of the booze probably came from other people that he just kind of leached it off of, and that's smart fiscally.
What does he just go out with people and not buy drinks?
Yeah, that's his thing.
Oh, okay. Well, I've heard that he sits at home and drinks though too.
Right. I mean, but he'll
Where did he
convince,
get that?
like when fans come in to visit Ron and Fez, they'll bring him a bottle of booze, and that kind of precedent has been started.
Okay. Perhaps I don't know. Some of his judgment is a little clouded.
He does sometimes have that going.
I see he's got like a rock band guitar. He bought the game. I mean,
again, I
got
believe
a gaming console. Maybe he could have cut back on a few things.
Did he mooch it?
He says these were gifts, and as the trucker did point out, he does constantly plug his Amazon wish list when he's on the radio.
And what is this Amazon wish list? It's just, hey, people, buy me stuff?
Yes.
Are you kidding?
That's his whole deal. He reminds people that they can look him up on Amazon.com and find his wish list and just buy him things.
Has he ever gotten anything?
Yeah, they bought him an air hockey table.
Really?
What? Oh, my God, that smells so bad.
Now, Sam,
my mic just fell out of the mic. Man. The stink pushed it out.
Doesn't Dave commute to special delivery?
Yes.
That's money he doesn't. He's not even getting paid for special delivery.
He's not getting paid for it.
And he asked to get paid for it.
And you know what? He probably should, because like that's money that could be going towards the kids, the babies.
I mean, yeah.
He should probably stop doing that.
Yeah, yeah.
He could if he felt it was necessary, but I think that that's a creative outlet that he desires, and he thinks it's a good career move.
Desires are one thing, a necessity is quite another.
But it's probably a good career move for him to have an active talk show and something he can, have tapes of.
How long is your show with him?
How long?
On Saturdays.
3 hours.
Okay. Well, he seems to be putting in the hours. I don't get it, though. They don't want to pay him. They're going to lose an Eastside Dave.
Want to take a look at some of Eastside Dave's wish list items?
Would love that.
What does he want? What are these necessities?
When Laszlo was on Ron and Fez yesterday, he offered Dave a copy of the game, Red Dead Redemption, and Dave said, yeah, that sounds great. I just added an Xbox to my Amazon wish list, so one of the fans can buy it for me.
Oh, can buy him an Xbox.
Yeah.
Well, some of the items on this wish list include. Oh, here's something that you could use for the kids: Star Wars pancake molds.
He has Star Wars pancake molds.
The special delivery fans did buy him an air hockey table.
Air hockey table.
One fan decided to go on his Amazon wish list because he was constantly plugging it and bought him an air hockey table.
But these aren't things like if he's strapped for cash, shouldn't he have on his wish list things that the kids could use?
Yeah, like Pampers?
Yeah.
Just some money, like a PayPal account.
Yeah, PayPal account, send me money.
What about Fringe the Complete First Season on Blu-ray?
He's a fan of the show. But this is why all these trinkets that he has, these things, he didn't spend his money on them.
Yeah, but he could be requesting things for the kids. More people probably send stuff like that.
Why are they enabling this? Why are the fans enabling this by purchasing things for him?
They think it's funny to see a person self-destruct. That's my theory.
They sure do.
They do.
I'll tell you that much. Wow. Well, I feel bad.
Who's that copper man on television plugging the fucking... He has the worst color ever. He's got a yellow... It looks like Ron Goldman's father if he was dipped in yellow fucking mustache paint.
Dr. Greg Bossart.
Ugh.
I feel bad for Dave, and I'm going to get him something off of his Amazon wish list.
What do you got?
Because I want to support the McDonald family and the hardships that that I'm sure they're all going through.
Something tells me this is getting sarcastic.
No.
Oh, okay.
I want to help out, and this is something that Dave has wished for probably his entire life. And now that it's available on Amazon, I get to fulfill one of his dreams, which is getting him a Roddy Piper Hot Rod T-shirt.
Okay, I knew that was sarcastic.
A Roddy Piper Hot Rod T-shirt.
It's just...
Can you swaddle a child in that?
I mean, I guess you could.
Wow. That,
But it doesn't take away that he works very hard and does a lot for this company.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have a site up.
An Amazon.com wish list?
Begging for merchandise from the listeners doesn't seem to be a way to really...
I mean, it's a bit. You know?
Oh, it's a bit,
It's a bit, just like a joke.
And he actually got stuff from it.
A bunch of stuff. The Slash action figure. actually came from another special
Oh, it
delivery
did?
listener. Yeah.
Well, who am I to say? Hey, the guy figured out a great scam. He's like the Nigerians.
Although he can't afford to work here much longer,
Yeah,
so I don't
yeah.
know who's going to be.
Well, I hope it. And it is true. Eastside Dave eats food from the trash cans.
Oh, 100% true. Yes.
Do you remember that story? It was one of my favorite things ever. When we were we were back at 57th Street, and Dave just decided to eat. What was that DJ's name?
That was Jonathan
Schwartz's lunch. He just went into the fridge.
He was
and said,
starving.
"Fuck it, I want this." And ate it.
He ate it. There's only 3 people that work there.
He must have been starving. Like he must have thought that out. Like you couldn't know, but I gotta eat.
He got caught and claimed that he had ordered the exact same thing, so he thought it was his.
Fucking.
But yeah, I mean, every day after Ron and Fez, he comes back to the O&A offices, and mainly E-Rock looks through E-Rock's trash, trying to find. He'll eat like he's had one of my pizza crusts before, half-eaten chicken sandwich, things like that.
Has he ever had an eclair? An eclair. That is.
But like, if Dave found
sad.
that, he wouldn't take a bite out of the non-bitten end. He would eat the entire thing.
That's sort of sad.
When Shade 45 has pizza boxes outside their studio in the
Pizza?
garbage, they
What
get
are they doing
pizza.
eating pizza?
They like pizza.
I thought maybe there'd be other kinds of cuisine going over at Shade.
So a lot of times they're located in the same store. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I don't know
I
what
got
that
you.
means. Pizza
Right,
Hut
right.
slash.
All right, I got you.
No, but there's pizza boxes out there, and
Yeah.
Dave always, even when they're next to the garbage can, opens every box to see if he can find one last
What's
slice.
out in front of the Sinatra station? Chicken wings?
I don't know what that means.
You sound like Bobo right there. Or Chip. I don't know what that means.
I think Eric has a story.
Yeah,
E-Rock.
adding to Dave eating out of the garbage can, he would lick the inside of bowls, like salad bowls.
I do the same thing. Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. I'm sorry.
You'd eat the orange peels, anything that you really didn't finish eating or wasn't edible. Dave thought was fair territory and his, so he would kind of dump the garbage can out and just start eating it right in front of you.
Oh my God, that's sad.
That's how he saves money.
But I just had to start buying stuff for him and leaving it out so that he would take that and not eat the stuff from the garbage.
Oh, from the garbage.
Yeah, there'd be like little sandwiches and
Does he
things
understand
like
what goes on in the garbages around, like radio stations? People spit in them and puke.
No,
this one wasn't from my food, but somebody had not finished a sandwich that they made at home, but it had like coffee or soda that was spilt onto it in the can, and he still ate that.
I mean, it doesn't have
It was
to be
white bread and absorbed the brown of whatever it was.
Well, he
and-
did at one point eat his own shit.
Right.
So
He doesn't just go to our garbage
that
can.
kinda
He'll go to
sets
any
the
garbage
bar.
can. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that does kind of set the bar. Well, I hope he. I hope they find it in their infinite wisdom here at Sirius XM Satellite Radio to give him some money. You know, because Eastside Dave deserves it, and I feel bad that he's eating out of the garbage and not able to pay for his family. It must be bad as a man.
Yeah,
as a man to not be able to support your family.
See, I actually think that we should put tighter lids on those garbage cans.
Yeah, we got to help him out. Tighter lids on the garbage. Get rid of this Amazon wish site, so that way he has to really motivate himself to get things he wants, not have the listeners buy it for him. Wow! Look at the time.
By the way, to the listeners, you're welcome for a good show today. You're welcome.
Exactly. You're welcome. You're welcome. Just give me
does
that.
he?
I'll get it
Yeah.
out of the way instantly. You watch me. You watch how I roll.
We are having an intruder alert.
Are you kidding me? Look, I ain't putting up with this shit.
How long is this going to take?
Hey, dummy.
What?
What are you doing?
No, this was a letter of apology for what I said during that prank call. What I said.
Didn't I say? All right, read your letter of apology.
Exactly.
Come on,
All right.
quick.
As all of XM 202/Sirius 187 know, I said something that deeply offended everyone that has anything to do with the Opie and Anthony show. I, Daniel Robert Curlin, would like to say that
This
I'm
sounds like our Bud Dwyer's.
Oh, let's
that
hope it
I
ends the
deeply
same.
take all the blame for what I said. I got very angry and overreacted to the call. The Opie and Anthony show means so much to me.
This Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, don't miss the wildest race of the NASCAR season. It's the NASCAR Sprint All-Star Race on speed. It just doesn't get any better than this because it's a winner-take-all, and with $1 million on the line, drivers are going to do anything to win. Plus, it's only the best of the best. You're going to see Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Casey Kane, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, and a lot more, all in this all-out battle for the checkers. You can only see the race on Speed Saturday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. Hold on tight for the clashes, crashes, and out-of-control 10-lap shootout for the big check. That'll have you on the edge of your seat, of course. If you watch only one NASCAR race this year, it has to be this one. The NASCAR Sprint All-Star Race live Saturday night, 7 Eastern, only on Speed.
And next Friday, May 28th, I'll be in Seattle. 2 shows at the Showbox. You can go to. Did you have to put your apology right over the plugs I'm reading?
Oh, my God.
But I didn't know that your eyes were there.
He laid the thing down right on top of what Jimmy was reading.
On Friday and Saturday, July 2nd, 3rd, Borgata. And Sunday, Thursday through Sunday, June 3 through 6, will be, of course, Caroline's. I'll read this blithering apology. Dear Anthony Kubiak, that you and all of XM202 Sirius 1970, I said something deeply offensive. Everyone has anything to do with Opie and Anthony show. I did like to say, deeply take all the blame. I get very angry and overreacted to phone call. Opie and Anthony show me so much to me. You don't believe me? Call my mom.
Is that it?
Was there anything else necessary?
No. Call my mom.
If you don't believe me, call my mom.
That's great.
Let's get the bitch on the phone.
Yeah, call your mom.
Exactly. Oh, you want to get my mom on the phone?
No.
Write down the phone number.
I want to get your mom on an African-American gentleman's lap.
No, I don't want to fucking get your mom on the phone.
So I guess...
How's that sister of yours?
She's 14.
Yeah.
How is she?
How is she? Is she cute?
Yeah, I know you got a countdown clock.
I don't have a countdown clock.
Yeah, she's already passed it.
Count up clock.
Yeah.
All right, you could come back on the show if you give her up for sexual favors.
Will you do that? For the show.
I would do that.
What an asshole. That's it. You just committed a felony. You're fucking giving up his kid. Holy shit.
Daniel Bobo
his
Kerlin,
kid's sister.
sex trafficker.
Yes.
I'm sorry for giving up my young sister's vagina. Get back on the show. I apologize to her vagina.
Can't you just imagine him like explaining to federal agents that it was for the show?
But it's for the show.
And that you wouldn't shut up. That you have the right to remain silent.
I know, but I did it all, and I'm guilty, and I take full responsibility.
Oh, first 48, it says IQ.
It's also the last 48.
Yeah. All right. What do you say we get out of here, Jimmy?
Yeah, I think great job. It was a very enjoyable program. I hope the listeners enjoyed it.
It's always fun just hanging and chatting with my good friend James Norden and, of course, Danny Ross and Samuel
J. Roberts.
Well, I was going to put his tagline at the beginning there. Prime time.
Oh, thank you.
Sam Roberts. Trav Dog.
Yeah.
D-Boy. And who's back there?
D-Boy's back there.
No, D-Boy's back there. That's
No,
right.
Troy was on the phone.
Oh, Troy Kwan, and Jimmy's wonderful Heine Hole, which contributes so much to this
very
program.
potent today.
On a
Yeah,
daily
these are
basis.
real, these are doozies.
And, of course, the Kool-Aid pitcher.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. All right, everybody, have yourselves a fine weekend. And wow. Oh, God. We'll see you back here on Monday. Later.
Let me have your attention for a moment. Opie and Anthony, mornings 6 to 11 Eastern. Ron and Fez middays on the Virus, Sirius